Coming to you live from Boston, Massachusetts. It's Optimal Play. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jordan. And it's also 2010.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the year of this trial.
We're playing Lawyer Up.
We are.
It's a trial game.
That's right.
Also, I some years ago, I can't remember whether I mentioned this in the last video, but I've definitely said to you, I've been on a 9-week trial before as a juror.
Yeah, you have told me that.
At the time, when I made it to the second day of selection, I was like, damn it, I should have dyed my hair a crazy color. I bet I would have not been put on the jury.
Almost definitely.
and at the time, I don't know, I remember that at the time it was like the dye that I had. If I had done it spur of the moment, it would have been green. And so I brought the green hair this time too.
Perfect. But now you're a lawyer.
Yeah,
so it's probably
harder
not
to get,
as good.
Not as ideal to get.
You probably still have to go and work at the trial, but also your credibility is being hampered, probably.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. In real life, I feel like it's actually a boon to my career. But,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
People never forget my name.
Well, that's good.
It's a conversation starter, all that stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but I work in. I'm an accountant, but I work in tech, and so tech is very. Is more than when I worked at a bank. I do
sure.
Anyway, before we get started on case number 1, which is ironically the second case,
right?
I want to suggest that you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to support us. It's the only way. As the time we're recording this, we have exactly 2,500 subscribers. So
yes, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you if you are one of them, and if not. Hit the button, and then when I brag about 3,000 tomorrow-ish, you'll be one of them. I also want to say Rock Manor Games sent us this copy so that we could play it on video and such.
Yeah. And
just in our regular lives, I guess, too.
Yeah, and I'll say I backed this game separately from Rock Manor, so...
You did?
I did.
Yeah, you purchased it.
I purchased it. You got it for free. We're playing your copy.
We are. Anyway. Appreciate it, Rock Manor. Thanks. With that, you are going to introduce us to the story of the Fairmont. It's the Fairmont Tragedy?
The Fairmont Tragedy.
All right, tell us about it.
All right, 2010, Boston, Massachusetts. The Fairmonts have been an institution in Massachusetts since the Revolutionary War. Their power and wealth has influenced New England society for generations, but their sway has begun to falter in recent decades. After the death of his beloved wife and mother to his 2 children, Jared Fairmont withdrew from public life and stopped managing his businesses. His close friends said that he was in mourning, but rumors abounded that he was engaging in every vice and every perversion. Was he a widower drowning in grief, or a once respectable man now indulging in his desires after being freed from the obligations of marriage? Jared's children, Jessica and Toby, mimicked their father's example. There were celebrity parties, enough scandals to quench the thirst of even the most zealous paparazzi, and the squandering of the family's ever-diminishing fortunes. Everything came to a head on a cool May evening, when the sounds of fighting at the Fairmont's Concord estate were reported by concerned neighbors. Officer Murphy was first on the scene and found Jessica standing over her father's corpse, blood everywhere. Soon the whole neighborhood was swarming with uniforms and flashing lights. The media was not far behind. Despite many attempts to keep the events under wraps, the case has become the trial of the year. A rich heiress being charged with the murder of her own father, a scandalized brother turning on his sister to testify for the prosecution. Dark pasts being revealed, one juicy tidbit at a time. One way or the other, so ends the illustrious history of the Fairmont family.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's dark.
It is dark.
I like it.
This poor innocent girl. Can you believe what's happened?
Oh, she did it. she's a cold-blooded killer.
No, I don't think so.
Just look at her.
I don't think so.
Does that look like the face of an innocent woman? It's a pretty neutral face, I guess.
It's a pretty neutral face.
Okay. With that, we go into... No, not discovery. We need to choose our strategies.
That's right. And if it isn't clear, you'll be playing the prosecution, I'll be playing the defense.
Yes.
That's why I was alluding to the innocence of poor Miss Fairmont. So yes, we have to set up the case, and one of the early steps in that setup, actually the first step of case setup, is that we each have to choose one of these 3 strategies. And these are going to give us, A, the witnesses that we're going to be able to call during the trial, and B, some end game bonuses for matching these symbols. Specifically, if we win an examination of a witness, we'll get, at the end of the game, 3 influence for each of these icons on those witnesses.
Right.
So we're going to make that choice. We're going to assemble the witness deck, and then we'll randomly assign different types of evidence bias to the jurors, and then we'll begin the discovery process, which you can explain when that happens.
I just noticed our strategy options, even though the same 6 symbols are distributed on them, they're distributed different. So there's no chance of a mirror match.
Right, that's interesting.
Which is good to see, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we should each probably pick and then, like, do it secretly.
Yeah, I'll just share what mine are, because I think that they, like, so we don't really, the strategy does not have a lot of flavor text or anything. They just have different titles.
Right.
Which do say quite a bit about how I would be then approaching the case. They are Sins of the Father, Law and Order, or Bad Reputation.
Right, and my choices are An Innocent Woman, Eyewitness Testimony, and Illicit Affairs.
All right, so I guess go ahead and pick one.
Wow, I really wonder how different these are going to be to play if we were to play this case again.
Yeah, ultimately,
you know what's fun is the art on the back of these is also different, and if you put it together,
oh my god, they form a like panorama of the courtroom. Maybe they don't link to each other.
No,
but
between ours. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. They don't look like they're one piece of it, but each.
You did not get that right, I don't think.
You're right. What did I do wrong? That's better. Look, I've never been good at puzzles, okay? my capacity for jigsaw puzzles maxed out at 2 pieces.
Well,
3
is too many. Yeah. Okay, well, in that case, we gotta... Okay, so I'm taking...
I'm going with this one.
I'm going with this one.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
I will be demonstrating the bad reputation of Jessica Fairmont and the rest of the Fairmont family.
And I'll be explaining that Jessica is an innocent woman. This is the most cliche, but I feel like it's a good place to start. Plus, I can really ham it up, you know?
I have no doubt that you can.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have completely different symbols. I am starting to forget the names of these since the last time we played. I learned them for last time. This is definitely for logical bias.
Yeah, this is empathy, right?
Yeah, I think like empathy, justice, the thumbs up.
Social media.
Right, yeah. It's Facebook likes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was in the rules somewhere. It's not on our reference card. It's ultimately not.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, the thumbs up is reputation and morality.
Okay.
And you're right that this is logical, factual. And, bureaucratic and justice, and then this is emotional.
Okay.
And the other 2 missing symbols, the skull is corruption, and the magnifying glass is evidential.
I'm a little bit surprised that I'm not chasing corruption biases with my bad reputation.
I don't think
strategy,
think they're corrupt, though. It's not like they're, laundering money or engaged in that sort of corruption. It's more.
You don't know that. I've got a lot. I've got a lot to bring to light.
Okay, well, I suppose that's true. I don't know that, but yeah, I think it makes sense. Anyway, so we've chosen those. So that's going to dictate our witnesses. So I've got Jessica as the defendant. Only I can call her.
Yes.
And then the rest of the witnesses are going to be available for each of us to call. We've got...
so on my side we have Benjamin Davids, Wilma Bailey.
Benjamin Davids, Wilma Bailey.
I saw her near the back there in your hand. Gina Kowalczyk.
Okay.
Officer Murphy and Dorothy Banner.
Officer Murphy and Dorothy Banner.
So I'll set these up on my side of the judge, but actually either of us can call any witness.
Right.
Unless they say otherwise on them.
And I've got Sen Fu Ling, Tanya Whitehorse, Dr. Morristrom, and Duncan McCannon. Duncan McCannon, what a name.
And then the killer is your 5th witness.
The defendant, I think you're legally obligated to call her. I don't think you refer her as the killer.
Hey, I'm probably also legally obligated to not be drinking beer in the courtroom, but here we are.
I object. Okay. Okay, so then these we can just set us to the side, I guess. I don't think we really need.
Yeah, we'll want to refer to them when it comes time for the closing statement bonuses, but until then.
I guess we can also randomly put these out.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that. Here, while you distribute those, I'll talk about how the jurors are a little different from last case. In the art theft trial that Jordan and I played in our last video, it was just about who had the majority of jurors leaning towards them. This time, for this murder case, in order to win, the prosecution, need all jurors to be leaning towards my side at the end of the game, or we're playing with the side of the jurors that has these lock symbols on them. If I can move a bias into this lock symbol, then it is stuck there with Jordan unable to use his influence to get it out, except there are some cards in the game that specifically say to unlock a bias. But if I ever have all 12 of their biases locked at the same time, the game immediately ends and I win. So I'm the one who can win all. You have to make it to the end in order to have a chance of winning, right? And then if we get to the end, it's like odds are you won, because I would have had to have all 12 jurors at least swayed towards my side.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. And that'll be and if we make it to the end of the witnesses, that's I guess the witnesses or one of our decks. That is where we will do the end game influence bonuses also.
So actually, I don't think the end of your deck ends the game. So
Oh, is
if
that-
you run through your deck too much, then you'll have less cards to play, but we're going to call all the witnesses.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not ideal
No.
if that happens. Okay, speaking of cards, we have some discovery to do.
Right, so we each have set aside our own deck of procedures and arguments. We think these are identical between prosecution and defense.
They seemed to be. I haven't done all the research to make sure. Yeah.
Right, but those will be shuffled into our decks after. But this deck here consists of all the evidence in the case, except for the bloody knife, which you start with.
Yes.
And so we've shuffled this up, and we're going to engage in the discovery process. So during that process, we're each going to draw hands of 3 cards, and we're going to look at them. We're going to add 1 to a pile that's going to go into our deck, 1 to our opponent's pile that's going to go into their deck, and 1 is going to be buried, evidence that will never come to light,
Unless
or some effect that brings buried evidence to light. So
There's plenty of room for plot twists.
right, exactly. So that's the discovery process, and we're going to keep doing that, and we're going to go through this entire deck. And we're introducing a new feature on optimal play, right?
We are, yeah. You will be wearing earmuffs, noise-canceling headphones, actually.
Right.
So that you can enjoy Discovery to whatever soundtrack you feel fits it, and I can talk to the camera about what I'm doing during Discovery.
Perfect.
And actually,
you did
we did this in the Sky Team video. I meant to credit Team Covenant, who we shamelessly stole this idea from.
Right.
I do not know if it was their original idea. But
Well, I've seen it once before, Team Covenant, on a poker channel called Solve for Why, wherein they'll have a whole game of poker and everyone will have noise-canceling headphones on, and when it's your turn to act in the poker game, like you can give your rationale for what you're doing.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
I've been watching Complete Tangent now on poker. I just caught up on this poker show on YouTube that's really well produced. Yeah,
I've been watching it. It's been great.
It's good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's good.
Yeah, Maria Ho is such a killer.
She is.
She's so good, yeah.
Oh man, yeah, check that out. Game of Gold?
Game of Gold?
Yeah.
Maybe Game of Gold. It's a weird reality show spin on poker.
Yeah.
Are you interested in poker, or are you most interested in the reality show aspect of it?
I went, back in, college when poker got really big, I would watch World Series of Poker and stuff. I kind of fell off of it, but
Okay.
I enjoy watching poker. I only moderately enjoy playing it. I have a terrible poker face. I'm shit at poker.
Okay, that's funny. So let's play together. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, so.
But the way they do the reality show, yeah, exactly. The way they do the reality show mechanics in that game are really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that reality show-ish, in that they're not living together, they're also not, voting each other out, but it's, rather than having, so far all of the, poker challenges, which are all not overly unusual poker matches.
Right.
They've all had a team element to them, and so that's caused some drama. And then also, rather than having sportscaster style commentators, the rest of the teams are just in another room watching live and commenting organically, which is really good. I've never seen poker presented that way.
Yeah. That part's very cool. The team aspect is really interesting, but there are still individual motivations to do well, and so like there's a good little clash between what's best for the team, what's best for you.
Yeah. It's really good. Highly recommend it. Yeah, I just discovered it. I think YouTube just recommended it to me like 3 days ago, and now I've watched like all 7 episodes of it, or however many they put out.
It's been like an episode a day kind of thing?
It's 3 days, 3 times a week.
3 times a week.
It's like
so
Monday,
it's
Wednesday, Friday.
Pretty frequently, yeah. It's been fun.
Yeah. That's so funny. I had no idea you watched that too.
I watch a lot of poker, actually.
Really? Okay.
I have it in the background a lot of the time, yeah.
I will probably end up watching more, if only because now, after watching 8 hours of poker from this series, now half of my YouTube homepage is poker.
Yeah. Totally.
So until that
Well, I can give you some recommendations later.
Gladly.
I think it'll be easier if I just do this rather than have us draw from the same deck, because I'll be off in my own little corner.
Oh, you're making 2 equal piles here?
Yeah.
That's right. We're not playing poker. We're playing Lawyer Up.
There's 1 extra? That can't be right.
No, it seems like it's got to have an odd or an even number.
Maybe this is 1 though.
Maybe. Well, now we have to draw from the same pile, I guess,
okay,
and see what happens.
All right. I'm gonna put on my headphones here.
All right. So I will probably also show on camera the cards I'm drawing, so just don't look. Yeah.
And I will, when we get started, I'll turn on the silencing here.
Sounds good.
Should I do it now? Or
I think I'm ready if you are.
All right, here we go.
What are you going to listen to? Oh, this is a good test.
What's up?
I said, what are you going to listen to?
That's a great question. On the card drive over here, I was listening to a mix of Hosier, Haim, Waxahachie, Phoebe Bridger.
Wow, most of those I don't think I even know. Phoebe Bridger I do.
Phoebe Bridger's great.
Nice.
It's a mix of that vibe of music.
So you're not gonna like type poker into Spotify and listen to like.
I'm not gonna do that. Actually, what I'm gonna do is look up strategy advice podcasts for case 1 of Lawyer Up.
Yes, I'm sure there are dozens of podcasts.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. Oh man. All right. Music is starting.
All right, then. Let's start. So 3 cards each. Okay. So if you're just needing a reminder or not familiar with Lawyer Up, these cards, one of the main thing they have going on them, if I zoom, there we go, I can see a little closer, even though it's a little blurry when I zoom in. They have an influence amount. When you play that card, you get that much unless it is for the other player. So these blue ones only Jordan can get as a defense. Red ones only I can get. Neutral, either of us can get. So I don't really want to give him a great neutral card here that I could take. Wow, okay, so my options here are the other knife. I start with a bloody knife, that's separate. The other knife, baggie of cocaine, or sealed court records. Interesting. Sealed court records is neutral, and your opponent actually digs up some evidence. So I don't like that. I think... Oh, man. Okay, I might actually give it to him. I think I want to keep this baggie of cocaine for myself. I'm going to bury this. The other knife should not see the light of day. And we'll give Jordan the sealed court records. These are yours? Oh, these are mine.
Yeah, those are yours.
These are mine. Those are yours. Okay.
Yes. Well, I was thinking if it's easier, you can just make your own separate pile.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because also we have to keep track of how many cards we've each done.
Oh, true.
Because I'm going faster than you, I think.
Yeah, I guess you probably are.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm keeping this one. Jordan's keeping this one. All right. We've got defensive wounds, Jared's last testament, and a blood-stained dress. I don't want to keep giving him big neutral influence. So these defensive wounds are kind of small, a niche ability that can unlock a bias. I'm going to give the defensive wounds to the defense. And then I am going to take Jared's last testament for myself. The one downside is how hard it is to use. It only has the one symbol here that we need to weave into our argument. But But yeah, I'm going to take that. We'll bury the dress. Okay. Next up, we have scandalous photos, a prepared exhibit, and Jessica's phone records. Jessica's phone records look like the obvious choice for me. I don't think I want Jordan to have these scandalous photos that are defensive. So we'll give him the prepared exhibit, which just looks like kind of a mediocre neutral card. All right. Next up, we have, for the defense, an unknown skin sample. We have legal briefs, which are neutral, and Audrey Hyatt's deposition. Audrey Hyatt's deposition has an ability that cares about whether Tanya Whitehorse is a key witness, which she is in this case. So that actually is stronger in this game than it would be if someone had a different strategy. I'm gonna give that to me. This unknown skin sample that is not useful to Jordan since it has defense on it to Jordan, and we'll bury the legal briefs. Okay, then, whoa, this autopsy report has a 6 on it. All right. This is evidence that says when you examine it with it, if the current witness is not an expert, your opponent draws 1 card at random from their discard. How many of these are experts? Very few are experts. So that's one that we want to call out. Like, that goes with Dorothy Banner. I think I like that for me. I'll just save her until I have the autopsy report. So with that, then, I'm going to take the autopsy report, give Jordan this threatening letter that is not too useful to him, and bury the forensic report. What's up?
How many of these are we doing each?
We're going until the deck is out. I've done 5 sets.
Oh, you've done 5 sets?
Yeah.
Okay, and so I've done 7 sets.
Okay.
But is it 60 cards? Which would mean that we'd each do 10 sets?
I think it did say 60 cards, yeah.
So we're each going to do 10 sets.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Okay, my next set. It's all small numbers. Some security tapes. They draw and discard a card. A hidden ledger. This cares about if Joe Patterson is a key witness, and it is not. So that's a pretty bad card. I'm going to give it to Jordan. And then take these security tapes for myself. Oh, this cares about, is Jonathan Creed a key witness? Also not a key witness. That's pretty bad for me, too. Wilma Bailey, this one cares about. She is a key witness. Okay, so I'm going to keep this stray hair for myself, even though it's a defense card. That's going to be what I want. Okay. I've got some false evidence. Oops, wrong button. Trying to zoom in a little bit. Some false evidence, a paternity test, and Sen Fung's alibi. Okay. Oh, hell yeah. If I give this to Jordan, when he plays it, the prosecution draws 2 cards if Sen Fung Ling is a key witness. So I'm going to give that to him. I will... False evidence. I don't like having too many cards that want expert witnesses because we don't have that many experts on our panel. So I'm going to bury that and keep this paternity test for myself. Okay. I think Jordan is through his 10. Perfect, and I have 3 more sets to go. Okay. So we have home videos, B&H firm investigation. This cares about Dorothy Banner being a key witness. Yes, she is. It unlocks all bias. Oh, that's brutally bad for me. I want to be locking that bias and keeping it locked. I think I'm definitely burying that. And then is Dr. Morstrom a key witness? Yes. So therapy tapes do good work for me here. And then that leaves home videos for Jordan. That's fine. Okay. 2 more sets. A bunch of ones. We have Mother's Will, the Amicus Brief, and DeVoe Case Files. DeVoe Case Files cares about Richard Sprint, which is not a key witness. So I think I'll give that to Jordan and take this Amicus Brief, which can gain the judge's favor and immediately give me another action. That seems really powerful, so I'm going to take that myself. Last set of 3. We have Jared's gun. So this seems to be the argument here, right? Is that that she was defending herself against the murder victim, Jared. So I'm guessing I don't want that. Is Duncan McCannon a witness? Yes. So the missing heirlooms. Draw a card at random from your opponent's hand. That seems great. Or we can draw medical evidence from my discard with DNA analysis. And I took that autopsy report, which is medical evidence. So it might be worth that, but it's a defensive card. All right, no, I'm going to take the missing heirlooms because they're the only ones that are positive to me. I'll just give Jordan the weaker one, the DNA analysis, and bury the gun. I think I'm done. I'm finished.
Okay.
You're done too? I didn't pass you up?
No, I'm also done.
All right, here is your cards.
Okay, thank you.
And these are for me, right?
Yep. And this is the buried evidence, which I think we shuffle now. Is that the other buried evidence?
Yes. I think give that a quick shuffle, and then I'll shuffle these into my deck. I don't know if you just miscounted or what, but the number of cards worked out.
I wasn't counting. I was going like this, trying to like make them equal piles, and it just felt like it wasn't equal.
Maybe
like
the cards are just in a variety of thicknesses.
I mean, it's possible.
Okay. I really think I've got this figured out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
I think you've given it probably more thought than me. Like
in
terms of like, yeah, because you were explaining it to the chat.
It's true.
You know,
it's
like,
true.
Yeah. I was looking, and it was weird. I don't know what happened to you. I'm guessing that you drew a lot of defense-only hands, because a lot of my hands were 3 prosecution cards.
Yes, I saw more defense and prosecution cards.
Yeah,
that's true.
For sure.
Interesting. So I guess that's just the luck of the draw, huh?
Yeah, it's just how it goes.
Weird.
And then is this the other set? These are all the other witnesses, so these might
get shuffled into like a witness deck. Yeah.
Right.
There are a lot of different key witnesses.
There are.
And did you pick up on that as being a kind of a new mechanical theme in these cards? Is that they care about specific named witnesses?
Yeah, they're like, is this witness one of the key witnesses?
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
And I don't know if you saw any cards like this, but I saw at least one that allowed one player to discard a key witness and replace it with one drawn from the witness deck.
I didn't see that.
Maybe there's only one in there.
Ooh, interesting.
I wonder whose deck that's in. Could be either of our decks.
Yeah, it could be, or even buried. Maybe
Could even be buried. Could even be buried. It's actually an interesting card. I guess I'll just tell you more about it because I'm saying it now. But it's a 5. It's a neutral 5 with only 1 symbol on it. But when you play it, your opponent gets to discard a card and replace it. So it's like you're getting 5 influence in this witness, but your opponent's getting control over the next set of witnesses.
I think compared to case 0, I saw more of that too. More of letting your opponent do things as a downside to the card.
Yeah.
Or both players doing something.
Yeah.
Right? So that hopefully you can take better advantage of it than your opponent.
Yeah.
Which is a little different take than the art theft case. Just had more like niche cards. Had cards that were like, this is only worth 1, unless this is true, then it's worth 5.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Right.
So the higher numbers you kind of had to earn. You had to make the stars align, and kind of this way. You can just have them.
Right.
But then you have to deal with the fallout.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Okay. So, I call the first witness, correct? When we're done shuffling.
That would be my guess, but let's make sure.
It's whoever has the judge's favor, but I think the prosecution always starts with it.
That makes sense to me.
It was not clear to me from the rules so we'll be drawing hands of 5 cards, right? Whether the bloody knife becomes a 6th card in my hand or one of my 5. I don't think you're going to see clarity in the rulebook unless I just read it poorly.
My guess is that it's going to be an extra card. That would be my understanding.
I will gladly take you up on that.
Although actually, I wonder if it just goes in your deck.
No, it says on the card, starts in the prosecution's hand. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I just don't know whether it's a 6th card or one of the 5. Does it say, so it would be case 1 setup, it's mentioned, it just says set it aside. Yeah, I think we can just make a call. If you want to give it to me as a 6th card, I'll take it. But it's already an extremely powerful card, so it would make sense to me for it to not be a 6th card.
Well, maybe if it starts in your hand, I wonder what the rest of the setup step is. Because if it's just draw up to 5, then it wouldn't be another card.
I mean, it depends on at what point does this enter my hand.
Well, here we go. It actually says the prosecution adds bloody knife to their opening hand as a 6th card after the opening hand has been drawn.
Oh, it just said it in a different part of the manual from where the.
Wouldn't you expect that to be part of the discovery?
Weird. All right. Well, found the answer. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
So let me get a good look at that. Oh yeah, that's the plus.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I mean, everyone can have a good look at this. This is the bloody knife. It's an evidence, it's material, and it's the murder weapon as far as its traits. Found next to Jared Fairmont in a pool of his blood, this stainless steel kitchen knife was quickly verified as the murder weapon. And I plan to demonstrate that the defendant was the operator of it.
I do want to say that the keyword is murder weapon, not the murder weapon. I'm just saying.
Okay, might be a murder weapon is fair. Okay, but the flavor text said it was quickly verified as a murder weapon.
Yeah, but flavor text has no game effect.
It's not canon.
It's not canon, right? Your Honor, flavor text has no game effect, so we all know this to be true.
No, the game effect is that it gives me 5 influence in the moment and another 15 upon victory.
Right.
If I win the first hand with this, I can lock a lot of jurors.
Interesting.
So that'll be the strategy: is win.
It's a good idea. It's a good strategy. So yes, you start the game with the judge's favor, and you'll call the first witness.
While you've got the rules out, since I'm a little rusty, remind me how mulligans work. Because there is a mulligan at the start of the game, right?
Is there?
I think so. But I don't know whether you just discard cards or shuffle them back into your deck, or if I'm wrong entirely.
Each player may take a mulligan where they discard any number of cards from their hand and then draw back up. So they don't get shuffled back in, though. And remember that in this game, you never reshuffle your deck.
Oh, it just said discard and redraw.
It just says discard and redraw.
Oh, well, you gave me some trash, so...
They discard any number of cards from their hand and then draw back up, yeah. And I'm right that you never reshuffle, right?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
And you can actually do this after each witness. You can discard any number of cards from your hand and then draw until you have...
Oh, so the mulligan step is really kind of just like you do right before calling the next witness all the time. Okay.
Yes. But if a player's deck runs out of cards, there's no reshuffling.
Okay.
I'm really curious about the advice, like what you said when you went through.
I mean, I don't know that it was particularly insightful, but it was fun talking it out. It's funny because this is a game that I think it would be fun to be good at, but also I don't. Even though like with different arguments and or with different strategies and stuff, the cases are fairly replayable. Like I would rather play through all 7 cases. And I don't think that will get me good at the game. I think that they're all different enough that like that's not going to make me...
Maybe, but the majority of your deck is the same from game to game because the majority of it is the procedures and
arguments. Is it the majority?
Arguments.
I guess it is. The slight majority, yeah.
So like,
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
To the extent that this basic deck is always used.
Right.
I don't actually know that for sure. Like, can you really play the card Media Circus in the Salem Witch Trials? Maybe. But it would just be the newspapers.
Interesting.
Okay. Who am I going to call?
Wait, so are you discarding any cards?
I kind of need to decide who I'm calling, I guess.
Well, I'm discarding one card.
Okay. I will just...
Because I think you discard before you call, so I can't rely on what you're doing.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I can make that decision mentally.
Yes.
And then discard accordingly. I definitely have a card that is bad in the early game. Alright. Okay. I'm just going to discard and replace one card.
Okay.
These witness depositions, they have a beneficial effect for each of my claimed witnesses, so not particularly useful in the opening hand. Yeah.
I also discarded a card. It's Sen Fong's Alibi, which, if Sen Fong is a key witness, allows the prosecution to draw 2 cards, which I don't really understand. But I discarded it.
Well, if he has an alibi, then it's beneficial for me, who's trying to prove that Jessica did it, right?
But he's a defense witness.
Yeah, you're trying to pin it on him.
I don't think if I'm trying to pin it on him that he'd testify for me.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Fair. Okay. I'm gonna call...
I guess I'll put Jessica up here, but only I can call her. Okay.
I think I'm gonna call Wilma Bailey. A friend to Jessica's late mother, she has much to say on the growing rift between Jared and his daughter over the years and Jessica's many scandals. So when I call her, I can lock or unlock a, what did we say the thumbs up was again? Facebook bias?
Reputation.
Reputation bias. So I'm going to lock that 5 juror with that. And then on a prosecution victory, I can sway or lock 2
Hurts.
empathy biases. Yeah.
Right. Which, can you do the same one twice? I don't know.
I would guess so. I don't know either.
Cool.
I don't think I would want to, because there's only a 6 that would get me a lock.
Right.
Okay, and I play the first thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's. Oh no, I've screwed up already. No, not really. I just can't play one of my cards here.
And so you start with 3.
I do start with 3. Yes, thank you.
Actually,
yeah,
no, you're
on the
going to
dial.
start with 1. Because you called her. And the called side always goes towards you.
Oh, so it's better. It's better influence for me if you called her.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's very interesting. I just assumed the better number was the one that I got.
It also doubles down on the fact that probably I should be sitting over there and you should be sitting over here. All of our witnesses are going to be upside down.
Well, I mean, it's going to be upside down. Oh, I see. Well, that's going to be upside down half the time anyway, right? Because the top corner is always going to go towards the person who called it.
Yeah, okay. Is that right? Yeah, I guess that's
I think so. Okay.
This just demonstrates how upside down all the prosecution's arguments
are. That was pretty good, actually. All right. I would like to... Actually, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm going to just play the co-counsel procedure. So this is in my procedure area for its action later. If I have the judge's favor, I can refresh my sidebar and play a card from my hand into my examination, ignoring bias. But then I lose the judge's favor and discard this card.
All right, I too shall play a procedure, inadmissible, which allows me, if I have the judge's favor and the top card of my opponent's examination as evidence, to discard that card. Then lose the judge's favor and discard this card.
Repeat that one more time?
If you have an evidence on top of your examination, I can use this along with the judge's favor to discard it.
That's terrible.
I don't currently have the judge's favor, so...
Fair. Okay. Well, while you don't have the favor then, I better get to evidencing. Well, no, I've already This is going terribly already. I have not lined up a lot of symbols in a useful way. I'm going to... Yeah, I feel like I'm off to a terrible start here. Other than the benefit I got for calling this witness, which is still probably worth it, I'm already questioning every other decision I've made to this point. So why don't I introduce Zelda's photos into evidence? An extensive collection of photos taken by P.I. Zelda Torsen during her comprehensive investigation of the Fairmont family in the months before the murder. On examine, I play with my hand revealed this witness. So you get to see my 4 remaining cards, which are Moral Argument, Clear Evidence, The Knife, and Jessica's Diary. Meanwhile, I will gain 3 influence, and this has a victory effect that if Zelda Torsen is a key witness, which I think she is, right? No, never mind. You must have given me this card. I would lock or unlock a bias, but that's not a factor here.
Only a victory effect anyway.
Right.
All right, I'm going to use my sidebar to gain the judges. Oh, this is actually dangerous because you can just use your sidebar right back now that I think about it.
I might.
Yeah.
You do hate to see that.
I don't love that. I do not love that. I do not love that. Okay, well, I'm going to play a prepared exhibit, which is just a 1, and it has a victory effect that probably will not come into play. But it would give me 2 additional influence for each evidence in my examination.
Okay. I think damn it. I think I need to take my sidebar, which is very annoying.
It's great. Because
I really want to draw a card here and try to bail myself out of the dead end I'm in.
Are you already in a dead end?
Kind of.
You can play the knife.
I can only play the knife, which I want to end on, and I'm not confident in ending on it and winning. Although I guess there's a rule that we misunderstood, and maybe it was actually done wrong in practice. Probably was on our last video, which is that once one person passes, the other person can only play 1 more card.
You can only play one more card into the examination. You can play more of these procedures.
Oh, and they might let you play cards.
Right.
Okay. Because the bloody knife would put me up 9-1. So if I did bloody knife and then passed, maybe I would win. But it's a gamble. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. You know, it started in my hand for a reason. I'm going to use a bloody knife. Found next to Jared Fairmont in a pool of his blood, a stainless steel kitchen knife was quickly verified as the murder weapon. And I'm up to 9 influence. What you got? Feel free to take your sidebar.
No, thank you. I could just object to that, right?
No, only arguments, not evidence, can be objected to.
Isn't it the reverse? No, it's only arguments, not evidence, and not procedures. Is that right?
Yeah. You can object to any argument played by your opponent.
I see. So I cannot object. Okay. All right. In that case, I will play a... I really don't want to play this. You've put me in a bad position, sir.
Well, that's relief. So I have felt like I'm in a bad position.
So I will play this toxicology report, which has an examine effect that says if the current witness is an expert, Wilma is not. I could lock or unlock a bias.
What's the report say?
The report says that Toby Fairmont tested positive for multiple narcotics and hallucinogens when arrested for disorderly conduct months prior to the murder. So this is just scandalous evidence, basically.
Yeah, but you're throwing a bunch of other people who might have done it out there. It seems like.
Right.
Yeah.
I got it.
That doesn't really seem like an innocent woman strategy in action. Stay focused over there. You're at 4 influence?
I'm at 4. 4 to your
Am I passing?
9.
I have the judge's favor. I'm going to take my sidebar. Even though I already have, which I realize you wanted me to do, but... oh, and I have to reveal this too, because my hand is revealed. Oh, this is all terrible. Okay, I can address the jury with this. On examine, sway one bias. That's powerful.
Yeah, that is powerful. Okay, I will also sidebar.
Okay. But you can't beat me if I pass. Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You can't say
It's pretty good.
You can't claim the murder weapon is inadmissible.
I sure can. I'm about to.
Alright, I better cover this up then.
Yeah, but if you cover it up, you're losing that victory condition.
Yeah, but clearly I'm not going to get it.
That's what I'm costing you. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh, man. That's brutal.
It's really fun.
Okay. I'm going to submit into evidence Jessica's diary. The defendant's personal diary from the past several years. It reveals a confused and hurt young woman and a complicated relationship with her father. So complicated, she might have stabbed him.
That's very complicated.
Each player discards a card.
Each of us.
Yes.
And so before I discard a card, I have a question, which is, can I play a card that would give you influence?
You can play it, just no one gets influence.
No one gets influence.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Speaking of influence, that puts me up to 12. And I will be discarding this moral argument.
I'm going to discard an emotional argument. Over to me then?
Over to you.
So I will play this drunken recording, which allows me to sway one reputation bias, and so I'll sway that one that way.
I'm glad I locked
Actually, now that I'm looking at this, it has this prosecution victory effect. Does that trigger even if it's on my side of the table?
Ooh, I don't think that the last case
Had anything
had
like
that.
Yeah.
I
imagine it would, actually.
It kind of seems like it.
So maybe instead of discarding what I did discard, I'll actually discard this. Because I don't want to do that. Okay. Is this worth doing? I guess I'll play this into the... you know what? No. I won't. I'm just going to pass.
You're passing.
I'm going to pass.
Interesting. Okay. So now, do I have a card that can remove an evidence from my from my examination? Get the bloody knife back on top. I don't think so. As fun as that would be. Okay, you've passed. I think I will also pass.
Okay, so you've beat me by 8. It looks
Hell
like.
yeah.
And you get to draw one card from my discard, which I didn't think about.
Yes.
Do you get to pick one, or is it a draw, like a random draw?
It doesn't say random, so I think I get to pick. It's early in the game, so I don't have as delicious options here, but I think it's going to be this...
Yes, you get to pick.
I think it's going to be this alibi.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
so now I can see why you might want to hold a card that is not great for you in your hand, just to prevent your opponent from drawing it from an effect like that.
True. Yeah.
Interesting.
And but that's the kind of thing that I don't think we saw that effect last time. So when I say in order to get good at this game, you probably won't be rewarded by playing all the different cases instead of
I feel like
replays,
maybe,
and that's because...
But maybe there's just like an escalating level, because this already feels a lot more complicated than
it does.
Case Zero. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
but
true.
I wonder if it'll just be sort of consistent.
But I guess what I would hope for is that they have different, not just increasing complexity, but different mechanics.
Sure.
Where it's not just more, but it's, you know, leave something behind. And I'm already seeing that where last time it had like paintings, which were evidence that really swung the value of other cards.
Right.
And there's nothing like that here. So
Right.
like I like to see that, but yeah, I feel like case 2, everything that I've taken away skill-wise from this case will be out the window.
Right. Right.
But well. I get to spend 8 swaying jurors. So I've already got, I guess,
You also get this victory effect.
Oh, what was the victory effect on the witness? Sway or lock? Oh, 2.
Hearts.
Oh, that's huge, actually. Yes, so I'm going to sway, or I'm going to lock this empathy and sway this one.
Mm-hmm.
That was big. And then I've got 8 to spend. So I don't want to, like, I don't think that it's to my benefit to lock, like, both jurors of the same type this early, because then I'll be presumably wasting effects that would advance those. So instead, let me just see how many can I lock here. Maybe I'll just try to lock a lot of the top row that started favoring me. Let's lock up this justice juror, that costs 2, and this logical juror, that costs 4. And then I have 2 left, so I will just sway this corruption juror.
I wasn't keeping track of the math, but I'm sure it was right.
It was 2, 4, 2 for the moves I made. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. YouTube comments will let you know if I'm lying. It'll be too late for you to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we just clean up and then discard and draw, yeah?
Yes, and so you get this witness.
Yes, Wilma Bailey is...
I will...
on my side.
2, 3.
Okay. I just filled up my hand is all. So since you lost the witness, if you didn't already have the judge's favor, you would get it, and
right.
you call the next witness.
Do I also get... I also refresh my sidebar.
You do, yeah.
You don't get, yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Who do I want to call here? You might be wondering.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
I'm sure that you are.
A lot of... Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I'm just looking at some of the defense witnesses for the first time here. Things like unlock 3 bias of your opponent's choice. That's really interesting.
Yeah. It's not bad right now because a lot of your biases that are locked are these expensive ones.
Right.
So I think I may go for that, actually.
You could just call the murderer to the stand.
Yeah, I could do that. One thing I'm wondering is... Okay, so I've already told you all about this card. It is now in my hand. Secret Payments. That says your opponent discards a key witness of their choice. I'm wondering if you can use that on the defendant. I mean, technically I get her. I don't know, but she is a key witness. If you can use it on the defendant, I can't play this card until I call the defendant.
Because she's super important.
She's so valuable to me, right? It would also be weird if you could discard the defendant, but I don't really know.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense, too. We can just say that you can't. The game did describe, or the setup did describe it as 9 key witnesses plus the defendant.
Okay, so in that case, I've revealed this card to you. That's the price I'll have to live with. Here's Sen Feng Ling coming into play.
Oh,
he was
okay.
called by the defense, so I will sway 1 thumb, and I'll sway it that way. And if I win, I can unlock 3 bias of your choice. And you'll start with 1, and I'll start with 3.
Okay, and tell us about him.
Sen Feng Ling is the boyfriend of the accused. He says he was dropped with Jessica. Sorry, he says he was with Jessica all night until he dropped her off at her father's home after the time of death.
After?
After. He was already dead when she got there. Sounds like an alibi to me.
And Until I look at the
I know. Yeah.
alibi
That
card,
that
which
you
I
have,
see
yeah.
disputes that.
I see that.
Yeah.
I know.
Hmm.
And then do I play the first card?
You do. Interesting. The alibi even lines up with his symbols.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like it was designed that way.
Interesting.
My co-counsel, if I have the judge's favor, I refresh my sidebar, play a card from my hand, ignoring bias.
Interesting, but you don't have the favor and you can't get it. Okay.
I'll get the favor.
So, not until after this witness. Unless you have a card that does your sidebar thing. So I'm going to just play that secret payments right off. I'm up to 8.
Okay.
You can choose a witness to discard and redraw for.
What's the story text?
Several parties involved in the case have reported being offered bribes by unknown sources in exchange for changing their testimony. So you bribed Sen Fung Ling.
What? Unknown sources. Someone bribed Sen Fung Ling.
Someone bribed Sen Fung Ling, and it's convincing the jury that she's innocent. So I think it was you. But you can say what you will about the situation. Yeah.
Okay, and so I get to discard a witness from play, and we will replace it with a random one, huh?
Right.
I don't like... Okay. Because I know how I built my side of my deck, and what I gave you, I think what I want to do is be gone with the experts.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Dr. Morristrom will not be testifying. Instead, it may be Dr. Mathau, also an expert. So
prosecution
that
expert.
went great for me. It is, yeah, he is a prosecution expert. +1 value to all medical evidence during that witness. Oh, and when the prosecution calls him, draw the bloody knife from your discard. I should probably consider calling him.
You should.
Yeah. All right. Well, that I feel like that went well for me then.
That's great.
All in all. And then, yeah, obviously, we should talk about Sen Fung's alibi. Even though Sen Fung claimed that Jessica was with him during the time of the murder, several witnesses saw him partying at a seedy strip club with Jessica nowhere to be found.
She was on the stage.
He's been lying. She was on stage. Well, she doesn't need the money, so she does it
for the love of it.
The love of the performance.
Love of the game, yeah, exactly.
This says draw 1 card. If Sen Fung Ling is a key witness, the prosecution draws 2 cards instead.
Yeah. And so if I played this card, you would still draw 2 cards, right?
That's why I gave it to you in Discovery.
Yeah, that's some garbage. That is some garbage. All right, I'm going to play Discredit the Witness.
Wow.
Discrediting my own witness. Well, I'm discrediting this alibi is what I'm doing. Isn't it true that you're a... Oh, no, you've been bribing him. Isn't it true that you're a paid informant for the prosecution? How can we trust what you say?
All right, that actually did go well with the last one.
Right. And so this says here, cancel the primary or secondary value of this witness. I'm going to choose to cancel the secondary value.
So, wow, so -1?
-1.
Oh, but I forgot to put 2 on my dial, so I'm at 2. And you're up to 10?
I'm up to 10.
Brutal. And then on defeat, cancel the victory effects of this witness. But you're not gonna...
Probably not going to leave that there, no.
Probably not going to leave that there. Okay. So, I'm not going to have the judge's favor, hey? Interesting. All right, I'm going to introduce this amicus brief. I assume you know what that means.
Yeah, I do.
That's why you're laughing.
Amicus curiae means friend of the court, but normally an amicus brief would be something filed on appeal, not something that would happen like during the trial. That was like breaking out an amicus brief.
Preparing for my appeal.
I guess so. I don't know.
Testimony from various experts and advisors who have no direct contact with the case, but are considered friends of the court.
I guess maybe it could happen during trial, and I just don't know about that. I don't know.
The examine effect here is gain the judge's favor. You may immediately take another action.
Oh, you can immediately go again.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
And so I am going to go ahead and use my co-counsel procedure. If you have the judge's favor, refresh your sidebar and play one card from your hand into your examination, ignoring bias. Then lose the judge's favor and discard this card. So I will be introducing this baggie of cocaine found in the defendant's apartment along with other drug paraphernalia. I get to, on examine, sway one thumbs up. Okay. Over to you. Oh, and that puts me at a whopping 4 influence to your 8. Bless you.
Thank you. How many cards do you have?
4. Oh yeah, it's all coming together this time.
That's great.
I wonder if I should have objected to your discrediting the witness. That was a big swing.
Just 3.
Yeah, but how many arguments are worth more than 3?
I don't know. I don't like my situation.
Good. Welcome to my last time. I mean, I only won that witness because I got gifted a 5 value card.
Yeah.
Now I gotta figure out how to get it back.
So I'm at 10, right? Yeah, I'm at 10.
Yeah.
And what are you at? You're at 5?
4.
4. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to play malfeasance, which is an argument. Examine, bury 1 card from your opponent's discard.
That seems like a problem.
Well, you're welcome to object.
I object. There has been no malfeasance on this side of the courtroom.
Alright, so I go again, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that card basically had printed on it. Your opponent spends 1 objection.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of your basic cards, right? So on this case,
Yeah,
it might as well say that.
That's true.
Actually, funnily enough, if that had happened a little earlier and I had not been shown that there was a way to get it back, then maybe I wouldn't have objected.
Right. Right, that's interesting.
Or maybe I would have found it easier to get out of the buried pile than my discard pile, depending on what cards I have.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving pieces.
I think I'm going to use my sidebar.
Okay.
Which isn't great.
Because you already have the judge's favor.
Right.
But you do draw a card and burn the action. Well, I would like to, our surprise witness, Dr. Matthau, I would like to comment on his faultless record. Dr. Matthau has an impeccable record as an expert witness. The defense could search for years and would never find anything to discredit him. If Dr. Matthau is a key witness, which he now is, that's the new one that came out, your opponent discards all procedures from their procedure area.
What's interesting is this procedure would let me get rid of that card, but obviously that's not the ordering of things.
Right.
Okay.
And it got me up to a whopping 5 influence.
Okay, I will play home videos, which is examine, sway 1 heart. So I'll sway this one back this way. And then on victory, I get to draw that card back.
If you win. I remember this came up last time, because this is a basic card, but the cards that care about how many of the symbols you have in your examination, we decided last time that that is including the ones printed on the witness, right?
I thought we did, but then we learned that it wasn't or something.
Oh, is that right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because I think I want to play one of those cards.
Let's double check.
So after a brief pause, that was not 100% clear, but we decided the call was that it does count.
Yeah, we decided to play that way.
Then I'm going to throw a legal argument at you. Remember, jurors, you've been instructed to follow the letter of the law, not to let your emotions sway you against the evidence. This is +2 value for each justice bias card in my examination, which is 4 of those, so 8 influence, putting me at 13.
13 to my 10.
Yeah, I'm kind of back in this.
You are. I think I'm going to play a procedure down here, recess. If you have the judge's favor, shuffle up to 5 arguments from your discard into your deck, then lose the judge's favor and discard this card.
Okay. That's not cool.
It's pretty cool.
Do I want to sidebar so you can't do that? I guess not really. You couldn't have played that right before I wiped all your procedures?
To be fair, I only have 1 argument in my discard right now, so probably not a use it right away.
Okay.
You'll have multiple chances to wipe my procedures that I play, don't worry.
If there's any more cards that do that.
Right.
I stumbled into that. That was the ability that was turned on by the new witness being in play.
Right.
That really worked. Like, I think you probably gave me that card.
Probably.
Yeah, because the witness didn't appear to be in play.
Yeah.
It's but you know, plot twists, they happen. I'm gonna pass.
And you're at 13?
13 to your 10.
I'm also gonna pass.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I could beat you. But I want to call the next witness.
Interesting. Over unlocking 3 bias?
Oh, never mind. I forgot about that. Oh, man. I forgot about that effect. No, I have to just win. All right. So this is the same as your card. It's +2 value for each card.
Emotional
so
argument.
6,
Sure.
So I'm at 16.
All right. And then you have to pass.
And then I'll pass, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so your defense victory, I choose 3 bias to unlock because it says unlock 3 bias of your opponent's choice. So we'll unlock this 2. Oh man, that's almost all my locked jurors. This logical one and this one too, leaving just my empathy 6 still locked.
Yeah,
that's not great.
I only have 3 to spend, right?
Yeah.
So let's go. 1. Oh, interesting. Yeah, let's go. Oh no, this is not smart actually. Let me figure this out. How do I do this well? My goal is to put you in a position where you can't lock jurors of a certain symbol. So I'm going to do 2 here so that if you get a skull lock effect, you can't use it, right?
Oh, interesting.
Actually, what I should look is what's out
clever.
here. Well, you don't have there's no skull lock effects out here. There's really just thumbs from this one. That one's mental, which I can't prevent, or this symbol. So maybe what I'll do instead of that is I'll do both of these. So that if you want to lock that effect, you can do it.
Justice is all.
Yeah.
And justice is cheap here in Boston.
Yep.
Just 1 or 2 influence to sway a juror who cares about justice. Okay. Well, that'll do it. I kind of hate my cards. I'm going to discard this one and draw 4. And then since you reluctantly won that juror, I will take the... make the next move. Okay. Okay, I can work with this. Let's call Benjamin Davids to the stand. Well, No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, Benjamin Davids. Ex-fiancé of Jessica Fairmont, he has many tales to tell of her instability, anger at her father, and desire for the finer things in life. When called, I can sway 1 empathy, so that'll be this 3-value juror. And on prosecution victory, I would lock 2 thumbs uppy symbols. I can never remember what those are called. Okay, and I start with 4 influence.
You do.
And I have to go first?
You do.
So many decisions early on, if you're the one calling the witness. It's on you to really steer the day in court. I am going to introduce into evidence. No, I will not be introducing anything into evidence. I will be addressing the jury. All I ask is that you take my words at face value. It's a basic argument with 2 influence and examines sway 1 bias.
So are you allowed to sway in such a way that it would lock, or no?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah, that was clear in the explanation.
Okay.
But when something says lock, I can only do it if I'm 1 space away. So sway for me is stronger than locking. Okay, I'll just sway this logical juror. And it's over to you.
I'm wondering if I should just object to that.
That would be rude.
It would be rude. I just feel like it's so early to spend an objection.
I've already spent one.
I know.
You're saying I made a bad move?
Yes. Yes, I am. No,
Fair enough.
Not that definitive about it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and play Reasonable Doubt, which is an argument with 5 influence. It says, on victory, I would lose all my influence.
Okay. All right, I'm not sure how exactly this checkered past helps my case when it says records show that the witness has been involved in criminal enterprises in the past and have been charged with perjury in a previous case. Oh, I just read the text here. Hang on, I just wanted the symbols. This text is bad. You know, fuck it. It'll be fine. So I'm discrediting my own witness here. This says your opponent adds the top card of their deck to their examination, ignoring bias. So what did you add?
Point of law, which is an argument that would fit with bias and removes the bias symbol, which is great. But it says do I get this examine effect? I guess so.
That's a great question. Do you get examine effects if another card like throws them there?
Maybe not.
There's a glossary at the back. Is examine?
Examine effects trigger when cards are played into a player's examination. When cards are added to an examination.
Well, there we go. That's what it did.
Okay. So it does not.
Oh, it does not. Oh, okay. Okay.
Interesting.
All right, but you do get the influence for it.
I do get the influence.
Yeah. So you're at 8 to my 8 with that too. Okay, I don't know that was a net good decision for me, but you know, I sure did it.
You sure did it. I might as well play this. It is a security system log, so that 3 won't count. But I do resolve the called effect on one of my claimed witnesses, which allows me to sway a reputation juror, so I'll sway this one.
Ooh, okay. And tell us about the security system.
Records show that Jessica inexplicably disarmed the security system before leaving the house that morning, including the cameras.
Ah, so no one saw her get dropped off. Or at least there was no record of it.
If you want to make that inference, that's
I do. Ooh, so I want.
You know who saw her getting dropped off? Actually, it was Sen Fung Ling who dropped her off.
Yeah, but I've heard some mixed things about him. Maybe accepting some bribes.
Apparently, everyone in this case has accepted some bribes.
Also, I think in the story of our case, those bribes were from me.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing.
Tell me the thing.
I'm charming, and we all know it.
Okay.
I will play Charming Demeanor Argument. It says, thank you, Your Honor. Still on for golf tomorrow, 3 p.m. tea time. It's one of my basic cards. It says, examine, gain the judge's favor, which I already have. You may take another action. On victory, I would refresh an objection, which seems very strong. But I just wanted the 2 influence and to go again.
Okay.
And then, let me tell you about Jessica's passport application. Jessica recently applied for a new passport and has been making plans to leave the country. Yeah, that sounds like someone who's making other plans as well.
You mean for a lovely vacation abroad?
One could draw that conclusion, yeah. But I'm gonna tell this juror in particular about some other conclusions she could draw.
I always think
because this says examine sway a logical juror.
This argument always strikes me as funny because it's like, okay, so she planned to kill someone, and then she planned to leave the country immediately after, but somehow failed to, like, a non-extradition country, presumably. But then somehow failed to leave the country to the non-extradition country, and then was later arrested and is now on trial. Like, she planned to go, but then she was like, I'm just going to stay.
I'm pretty sure it was she got arrested with the knife in her hand.
Was the knife in her hand?
Yeah, no, I don't think that was the actual story.
Maybe.
But if the jurors would believe it, I will claim it.
Well, that's very thematic. Okay, here's crime scene photos, which are pictures of the victim's body and the Fairmont mansion, the scene covered in blood. So again, this does nothing. This lock effect, which I don't think I would have to trigger.
I don't think so either.
But I also can't. So
okay.
Basically, I'm only playing this to cover up the prosecution victory effect beneath it.
Sure.
So there you go.
Okay. Oh, and I should be at 11 influence. All right. Fittingly enough, my final card from my hand is driving the point home. This is 3 influence.
I'm going to object to this.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Plus 2 influence for each card in your examination. That would be pretty great.
That would be 13 influence.
Yeah.
That would be game over, probably, right?
Well, maybe not. I don't think it would be game over, but it would be a lot. I think it was well worth objecting to.
Yeah.
So I must take another action, and it will be to pass.
Excellent. And so you're at 11. I'm at 8.
There's no way you can gain 4 influence. Never mind that I was about to gain 13.
Right. No, I can't gain 4. I'm actually just wondering if it's worth me playing this card to limit your victory even further. But I think what I will do, actually, is I will play this procedure down, and then I will pass.
Surprise witness?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I now have this...
what does that do?
If I have the judge's favor, I can claim the current witness and replace it with the top card of the witness deck, turning either value towards me. Then I lose the judge's favor and discard the card. So I can draw a card with a particularly strong victory effect for you, and then immediately replace that card.
I hate that.
Yeah, it's good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I win the witness. Benjamin Davids says... So we've got a couple things. The passport application says prosecution victory, lock 1 bias. That's going to be this logical bias.
Okay.
And then Benjamin David says on a prosecution victory, lock 2 reputation biases. 1 is not next to the lock, but I can lock this one.
Mm-hmm.
So well played, keeping that away from there. Mm-hmm. And then finally, I have 3 more influence than you to spend. Why don't I get this inexpensive corruption bias locked, and then just sway this justice back. All right. You are gaining the judge's favor and calling the next witness.
Yes, and I get my sidebar back. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I had no cards left in hand. Interesting. All right. I don't know what I'm doing with this hand. Should be good.
Great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start by calling Dr. Mathau.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
It says prosecution called, draw the bloody knife from your discard, but
yep.
Prosecution did not call.
I should have called him last time. I got greedy.
What can I say?
The foremost expert in wound analysis on the East Coast, with a specialty in bladed weapons. He has developed a bit of an obsession about this case.
Seems that way.
You wouldn't dare crush his dreams by dismissing him, would you?
No, because he doesn't have a victory effect. He's an even witness.
Oh, so you've basically already neutralized his
I've already neutralized
strike.
his entire effect.
I thought you were going to discard him, but I guess you're right. There's no point to it.
No. Plus, I happen to have some medical evidence in my hand.
Oh, that's even worse.
Including these defensive wounds, which are medical evidence, giving them +1 during this witness.
I gave those to you for some
reason. So I'll be playing for 3. And if the current witness is an expert, which Dr. Mathau is, I can also unlock 1 bias. And I would like to unlock this logic bias here.
Yeah. Did you tell us about the wounds?
Yes, horrific defensive wounds were found on Jared Fairmont, suggesting that the attacker was likely larger and stronger than the victim. Doesn't sound like his daughter.
She looks like a powerful woman to me. I think she could take him.
Well, does she look larger than him? So now you're calling the defendant both guilty and fat? This is outrageous.
Well, object then. Oh, man. Okay. Oh. Let's see. I gave you that card too. I don't remember why I thought that was a fine idea. I must have really wanted to bury and take the other 2 cards respectively.
I don't know.
That card really hurts.
It's a great card. I loved it. The thing is, I've actually held this in my hand for 2 witnesses waiting for an expert to come on the stand.
Oh, really?
Because I think that unlock effect is so good.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a sway of a expensive juror is always really good. And now here, I'm stuck with a card that cares about that witness that I got rid of. When you let me cycle out a witness, and now I'm like, oh.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah.
Bye, Dr. Morstrom.
Well, I'll just sadly do it anyway. I'll introduce these therapy tapes into evidence. Leaked recordings of Jessica's sessions with her therapist, Dr. Morstrom, with several minutes of the defendant wishing harm on her father. On examine, if Dr. Morstrom was a key witness, I would draw 1 argument from my discard. But he's not. And I don't think the game remembers that he was, so...
That's an interesting question, actually, because this card does say key witnesses.
Oh, do you think the key witnesses don't actually get changed by the... You know what? But I already played the one that said if Dr. Matlow was a key witness, and as if he counted, Dr. Mathau rather, so, you know... For this game, we're playing that the current slate of witnesses are the key witnesses, I guess.
I think that's fine.
If you know otherwise, please let us know in the comments.
That's intuitive to me in any event.
Yeah.
So... Okay, well, I have found evidence of police... Oh, no, I have not actually yet found that. What I have found is a threatening letter, which will do nothing for me, including this examine effect. I don't think I have to do that. So I'm just playing that into my examination.
Okay. Yeah. Just like... You just worry like, oh yeah, and Jessica wrote some threatening letters. Just into, right before lunchtime. Throw that in there.
Right. Just right before lunchtime. Jurors were all thinking about their sandwiches,
Oh, I know that feeling.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
There was a ramen place pretty near the courthouse. That's what I was usually thinking about. All right. Okay, I need a little bit of a refresh. So let's talk about Audrey Heatt's deposition. Recorded testimony of the defendant's once close friend. She tells a tale of deceit and betrayal that extends years among Jessica's circle of friends. They were sketchy. This is 2 influence for me, and I draw 1 card, but if Tanya Whitehorse is a key witness, which she is, I draw 2 cards instead.
Very nice. Speaking of lunchtime, I think it's recess. I call for a recess. If you have the judge's favor, shuffle up to 5 arguments from your discard into your deck, then lose the judge's favor and discard this card.
I thought you had hardly any arguments in there.
I did before I discarded more arguments into here, but now I've got exactly 5, and I figure why wait?
All right, fair enough. But you do lose the judge's favor.
I do indeed.
That's a damn shame. Well, Oh, weird. Okay.
You have a lot of card draw effects.
I do.
Which I don't like.
I like them, which is why I drafted them.
Oh, you do?
Because I don't know, on case 0, we did not come close to burning through our decks. So I decided that was not going to be a big concern, and the more...
significantly.
I've been drawing extra cards, and you've been shuffling them into your deck. So if anyone's going to run out, it's me. Yeah. So that was the strategy that I approached this with. Let's.
I don't get to draw any. Sorry.
You know, I wanna slow my roll a little bit here. I am going to put some bribery into my procedure area. Now that I have the judge's favor. If I use this later, this says, as an action, if you have the judge's favor, add the top 2 cards of your deck to your examination, ignoring bias. And then lose the judge's favor. Okay.
Oh, sorry. So you lose the judge's favor?
No. If I use this,
that's
I just played the
just
procedure.
Played this.
Yeah. It adds the top 2 cards of my deck blindly into the examination, ignoring bias.
Interesting. Okay, I think I'll take a sidebar and I'll draw a card. And I'll get the judge's favor back.
Maybe I'll do the same.
Yep.
Because you're, surprise witness. Problem is, if you have the judge's favor and I turn this around to where it's going really well for me, which is going moderately well for me, then you can just ruin it. All right, so I'm going to sidebar right back.
Actually, I don't think so, because...
You claim the witness, right?
Yeah, but does that mean all these go away?
Yes. Oh, replace it. Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe the examination continues.
I don't know.
I thought that claim the witness would end the examination and kind of start a new one, but...
I don't know.
Yeah, it does say claim it and replace it, which I guess does mean it would replace it right here.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. Surprise witness. Let's see if there's like a rule.
There's a lot of rules questions we have about this game.
Oh, here we go. But there's a whole text box on surprise witness.
Oh, tell us about it.
When a player resolves surprise witness, they claim the current witness of their claimed witness area, but do not resolve any other effects in the claim with the witnesses section. Then they draw the top card as the new witness. Both players' examinations remain in play. The new witness replaces the old, and the player who called them may orient the card either way to their best benefit. The current total influence is then adjusted in function of the new witness's values. Any called effects on the new witness are ignored, but defeat victory effects are still resolved as normal.
Okay. Well, I am going to... Yeah, so I'll sidebar. I'll take back the favor, draw a card, over to you.
Alrighty.
Ooh, these two don't go together.
I'm going to go ahead and provide evidence of police misconduct.
The police would never.
Police records show that Officer Murphy used excessive force in Jessica's arrest, and that the department tried to cover up that information. And because you've decided to bring Officer Murphy into the trial, this card has an additional 3 value, so it's a 4.
That picture is the defendant, like, a little looking roughed up, and
yeah,
she gets her mugshot taken.
She weirdly has, like, spots of blood in her hair instead of the little orange.
Maybe seems like her father's blood.
I don't think so. I mean, listen, if you want to cover up that her father's blood was on her when she was arrested, that's your prerogative, but it was the police department that did all the covering up there.
All right.
So that puts me up to 7?
Yeah, that's not so scary.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Not at all, because I... Do I bribe now?
What's bribe do? Oh yeah, 2 more cards.
Yeah. That would give you the favor back to where you could call the surprise witness, though. Mm-hmm. All right, you know what? For now, let me make an emotional argument. Because of what this monster did, there's now a wife without a husband. I'm changing the flavor text here. 3 children without a mother? I don't know. The defendant now doesn't have a parent.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to read the emotional argument flavor text. I'm just going to take my 6 influence because there are 6 empathy cards.
3, but yes.
That's what I said. 3 times 2.
Right.
Yeah.
That is what you said.
Okay, over to you.
All right. I am going to do something very risky that I don't like that I'm doing it. But I'm going to play Sealed Court Records.
Ooh, what's so risky about these?
So it allows my opponent
Oh, I gave you this, yeah.
to peek at 3 cards at random from the buried evidence. They draw 1, and they choose 1 for me to draw.
And the other one remains buried?
Yes.
Okay, I think you shuffled this, so I can pretty much just take 3.
Should I put my headphones back on?
This
This is basically Discovery.
Since you're about to see...
I'm just joking, yeah, that's fine.
I mean, it was tempting. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take... Oh no, wait. Oh. This card is so good, but the symbols don't work. No.
Oh no.
Oh
That's
no.
devastating for all of us.
Alright, this is definitely the card that's being buried.
It's a good one for me.
Nobody needs to know about any other weapons.
Okay. Oh man, it sucks that you got that in Discovery. That would have been so fun for me to draw.
I got 2 other weapons in Discovery. I don't know how many there are.
I got 0, so 2. It sounds like.
Sounds like 2. One of them, not the one that I just saw, but one of them is just called The Other Knife, which is a very good name for a card.
That is a good name.
All right. So, do I take this to try to make work? There's just literally no way. Except for bribery. Alright, we're gonna try it. I'm gonna keep this, and you can have the security tapes.
Thanks so much.
You're very welcome.
Alright, over to you.
Shoot, I wish I had read that card more thoroughly. I actually just, like, got so entranced by the other card that I took and might not work.
This card's great.
Is it?
No. It does let me...
It's a prosecution card.
Draw
so.
1 card and then discard 1 card, so it's not terrible.
Alright. It's time for some bribery. The reason I'm doing this is to reboot the symbols that I have in play here. So I'm going to lose the judge's favor and put the top 2 cards from my deck into the argument. And they are Missing Heirlooms for 2 influence. Several objects of value vanished from the Fairmont home in the weeks after the murder. The only one currently living there is the butler. And Recess! Oh, if I was looking for a card to reboot my symbols, I found one with this procedure. It means that I will not be using this basic procedure, this like basic card that shuffles 5 arguments in my deck. So you are going to, if it comes down to a decks running out situation, I'm in trouble.
And I hope that it does.
It is your turn now.
Yes. I will play the security tapes that you handed me, which allow me to draw 1 card and then discard 1.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, I think I'll discard this card because it seems less good than the one I just drew.
We're tied at... no, you have 11 influence to my 12?
I have 11, yeah.
Okay. I still can't quite link these all in the way that I feel that I should. So what do I do coming off of this recess? Do I just go for the win? You know, win is not useful if there's no victory effects.
Well, it's useful for the influence difference, right?
Yeah. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're right. When you're right, you're right. So I guess I will introduce this detailed timeline, a full timeline of the night of the murder, revealing several discrepancies about the defendant's whereabouts at the time of the murder. This is worth 4, and +1 for each card currently in my examination, which is 6.
Jesus.
So I'm at 22.
And I can't object to that.
No, it's evidence.
Wow.
It's your turn. I did not do the math on how much that was worth. That was definitely the better play than the other card I was hoping to play. Oh, wait. No, the other one would have potentially been one more. But it's fine.
I wonder if I'm thinking too long term. I'm like, should I use this card or should I save it for like 3 examinations from
I
now?
am
You know
burning
what I mean?
through my
I know
cards.
you are.
And it's working for me, I
It's
feel
working
like.
for you.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play this. This is probably not the best, actually. But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. Moral argument, which will give me +10.
Wow. Okay.
Or you can object.
Oh, I can object. Where does that put you at?
That puts me at 21, so 1 shy of your current.
You have how many cards left? 1?
Just 1.
It's probably worth objecting. I hate to burn my second objection, but 10 is a lot. All right, I'll object.
Alrighty.
I object to your moral argument.
I assumed that you would.
So what's plan A?
Pass.
That works great because I have no further questions. This is 4 influence. On examine, gain the judge's favor, which I'm probably going to lose if you lose this witness, but
Which I am.
and then immediately take the pass action.
There you go.
Okay, but you know, snuck in another 4. All right, well, there's no victory effects on the witness or my cards, so it's just spending the 26 to your 11.
Right. 15.
Seems pretty good.
Seems very good.
Let's lock this. I don't have any of these the magnifying glass symbols locked. So I'm actually gonna take this one with 5 cost all the way to locked for 10, and that that one for 15 total. Okay. You have the favor and it's your witness.
Indeed, and I got my sidebar back as well.
Oh, my deck is starting to feel thin.
That's good.
If I do feel like I'm winning, but that is what's scaring me, is the deck situation. Because if I run out of cards, you have several witnesses worth of cards left.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
Because
that's gonna be a big
what's
problem.
annoying about the defendant is that if I call her, you shuffle all arguments from your discard back into your deck.
Oh.
So I kind of don't want to call her until the very end, because if I can mill you out before that happens, then great.
That's thematic to leave a reason for the defendant to go last, right?
Yeah.
Aren't they often the last witness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Often. So what I think I'm going to do I really have to fight for that, don't I? Let's figure this out.
Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. I drew 5 more cards when I should have considered my existing hand. I think I can't afford to discard any, so we'll just draw 2. But I counted my deck, and I do not have enough for 5 per remaining witness. So
Excellent.
I've got to be playing less than a full hand on average
I
per
love to hear
turn.
that.
Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear. So I think what I want to do, I feel very mixed about all of this, actually. But yeah, I think I'm going to call Tonya Whitehorse here. And so, hopefully this is not a massive mistake.
Best friend to the defendant. She's insistent that her friend would never... Your hand is blocking my view.
1 second. I'm trying to decide if I actually don't want to call her.
Oh.
Because I don't have a clear path to some of my cards from her symbols. I'm realizing.
Right.
Actually, this is a pain in the ass. You know what? Let's just go for it. So it says call... So yeah, sorry. Best friend of the defendant. She is insistent that her friend would never do such a thing, yet has been party to many of Jessica's indiscretions. And so I'll start at 3. You'll start at 1.
Yep.
And then we'll each draw 1 card from our opponent's discard.
Each? It's just as called.
Called. You're right. It's
Yes, I think you do it.
Thank you. And only arguments. I wonder, are there any arguments that will help me? If not, I'll go for the symbols.
Right, that makes sense.
And there are not, so I'm really just...
I feel like I have not had a lot of arguments played. I've been just evidence after evidence after evidence.
Right.
Because I am I'm making a fact-based case.
I think I'm going to draw this card.
You're not even going to tell me what it was?
Do you get to see it?
I don't know, it's from my face-up discard pile, but no, it's fine if you want to keep it a mystery. Oh, moral argument. Interesting. Okay.
Okay. And then I'll play first, right?
You will.
Okay. I know you're wondering how good of a person really is Tonya Whitehorse, and I want to let you know that she engaged in extensive charity work. So the examine effect on this says shuffle 1 heart card from your discard into your deck.
The defendant donated money to several nonprofits, assisting abused children, and volunteered at a shelter for battered women once a month. How nice!
Mm-hmm. So I played charity work. It allowed me to shuffle a heart card into my deck, which I have now done.
Okay. This is hot garbage for me. Like, how am I getting through this? And that upped your influence to 6 also, right?
Yes, it did. Thank you.
You chose, like, the witness that my hand works the worst with. Congratulations.
That's just a sign of how good I am at this game, you know?
This is an odd time to bring this up. Because you have a witness as her friend attesting to her the quality of her character.
Yeah.
But I have here a paternity test that proves the victim was not really her father.
Wow. That is a strange time.
Apropos of nothing.
Was Tanya her father? Is that what you're suggesting?
Maybe Tanya's the one who signed her up for 23andMe. So, paternity test. This is a neutral card with 3 influence for me. The DNA shows that although Jared was not, in fact, Jessica's biological father, her real father was still a close relative of Jared. There was something going on in the past. But all this has is a +7 influence victory effect. So if you could just concede this witness, I would really enjoy that.
Oh, yes. That is my plan. All right. I will play Charming Demeanor, which says gain the judge's favor, which sadly I already have. And then I can take another action. But it is an argument, so I'll give you a chance to object to it.
Oh. No, that's okay.
Okay. And then I will play emotional argument, which will give me +2 for each heart.
Ooh, do I want to object to this one?
Do you want to object to that one?
You're getting 8 influence here?
Getting 8 off.
I'm losing this one anyway. I'm not going to use my last objection on this.
Okay, so that puts me at... So 6 plus 8 is 14, because I can do math.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I am going to point out that Tanya and Jessica have a history of malfeasance. This is 3 influence.
Mm-hmm.
I can bury 1 card from my opponent's discard.
One
if
second.
I could see, please.
Let me see if I want to object to this. I don't think there's anything that good in here.
Yeah, because this is the card that I first objected to when you played your version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't actually. It's just bury any card. I'm just trying to find anything that's pretty bad for me. Let's just not, if only because it's 5 strength, we're gonna make sure that there's no more secret payments that are uncovered here.
Sure. All right, back to me.
Yeah, this has the victory effect of draw 1 card from your opponent's discard, should I win at this point.
Okay, and so I will now play, you know what I'm realizing? Well, I guess you'll tell me right now. But I have this moral argument that I drew from your discard pile. So it's one of your basic cards. And it says +2 value for each reputation card.
Oh, but it's a prosecution?
But it's a prosecution. So now, at first I thought immediately, oh, I can play this with no problem. But now I'm wondering, actually.
Oh, that's a good point. Flavor-wise, it is nonsense for you to not be able to just make an extra moral argument.
I agree.
So, like, if we aren't clear on it, I'm fine with you doing it. Because, I mean, yeah, it just, well, I guess if the value is red, then +2 to it still is red, would be the argument against.
That's the, yeah,
in which case, if you wanted to retcon which card you took from me, I'd be fine with that, because
do you want to play it that way? That's fine. I might just leave it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah?
Because all of your cards either had a value for you, or it was this card with 0, so
yeah.
I'm fine with just keeping this one.
Okay, yeah, you were pretty limited on your options for arguments.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm not taking any value.
Okay.
It sounds like. Okay.
I can live with that. This. I think. What's your influence at?
14.
I think I pass. I can't prove that they're not friends.
Sure. So I will go ahead. Oh, I can only play 1 more card.
That's right.
So I will play Malfeasance, which says bury 1 card from your opponent's discard.
Yep. And
I will bury the knife.
Oh, is the knife still in my discard? Oh yeah, because I blocked this last time, and then you shuffled it back in your deck and drew it again. Damn it. It's fine. I'll get it out of buried evidence.
I mean, if you do, you do. But I'm hoping you don't.
Not that I have a plan to, so.
Okay. And then, actually, what's interesting about it is... So this says victory +15 influence, but that could presumably be on either side, actually.
Sure.
But
yeah, it's hard to win if you played a card that's worth 0 to you, but...
It's different than this +0 value or whatever.
Definitely.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. But no, I'll just do what I was doing.
And I guess that's maybe a confirmation. When we see how those 2 cards are templated differently, that's maybe a confirmation that that is the right ruling here. This is plus value, not plus influence.
Well, the only difference is influence doesn't help you win. Right? Value helps you win and counts as influence. Influence itself doesn't help you towards...
Oh, really?
Yeah, like +15 influence.
The word influence is only used in victory conditions, in other words. Victory effects.
Does it help you win?
I thought that's what this whole dial was at all times, is this is your influence.
You're probably right.
But,
right. I don't know. Okay, so So that makes sense. Okay, but I'm still going to bury that into buried evidence.
Okay.
And then
you're passing.
I'm passing. So the victory effect on here is +1 influence for each
Oh,
argument.
no. That's a lot.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 arguments here. So
this case is slipping away from me.
Up to 18. And then this victory effect says draw 1 card from your opponent's discard, which is why I was considering not burying that, because I could then draw the knife.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Damn, so you buried one of my cards and drew one of them. I don't love this. Oh, while you do that.
I think I'm going to take this card. And it says draw, so it'll go into my hand.
I think we've established that I can't afford to burn a bunch of cards from my hand, so I'm just going to fill it up.
And then the difference here, I've got 18. Wait, did I count? This was 6, 8. Then this was another 8. That was 16. And then 3. Wait.
Yeah, I think you just haven't added the 3.
Is that what I'm missing? I just want to make sure. So 6, 8. Then this one was another 8. So 16.
Oh.
And then 3 is
19.
And then this was
so why do you have 18
21,
on
22, 23.
Yeah, okay, 23 sounds right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, and I had 7, so you're spending 16 here.
16, eh?
At least you can't unlock my locked ones, but other than that, this is a catastrophe.
Yeah. So let's do... 4. How much am I spending again? Sorry, 16? So
yeah.
I've got 12 left. Let's go 6. So I've got 6 left. Let's go 3. So I've got 3 left. Let's go 4, 5, 6. Wait. Oh, yeah. Yep.
This is a polarized jury. They're like mostly all the way on your side or locked on my side.
Right. Well. Okay, and I'll claim Tonya Whitehouse, of course. You will get the judge's favor. You can refresh your sidebar. And draw up.
You have your. You didn't even use your sidebar there in shellacking me.
Sideboard, no.
Oh, this is not the hand that turns this around. How
many cards did you keep at the end of that round?
I kept all 3 that I had left in hand.
You had 3 left in hand. That's what I was wondering. Okay. That's pretty good. Because actually I kept 2 cards in my hand, so.
Alright, I think I'm going to call one of your key witnesses.
Great. It's going to have to be Duncan because you can't call the defendant.
Right. But I'm seeing symbols that I like and that I only get any influence from calling it from him if I call him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it'll be 3-0 if you call him.
Right.
So let's do it. So, Duncan Buchanan, the Fairmont's butler. He is very knowledgeable of the family affairs and finances, close to both the victim and the accused. The butler. Yeah, he was mentioned. He's mentioned somewhere else. We each get to draw a card from our opponent's discard. You've got.
I guess I should.
Oh no!
What?
Oh, just the security system lets me resolve the called effect on one of your claimed witnesses. That would have gotten the bloody knife back if it was still in my discard. So you were wise to bury it there.
That's great.
Huh. Oof. Don't like that card. Alright.
Sorry, I've got 2 choices to choose between. I just need to look at the symbols. So are we revealing what we've drawn, or we're not doing that?
Sure, I took the security system logs. Yeah. One of your biggest prosecution cards.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, you don't really have a lot of defense cards in here that I've noticed. Yeah, none, in fact. You have 0. How do you...
You took the 1 or 2 that I had already, I think.
I guess that's true. Okay, I'm going to do... God, I really wish I could play this card. But... I don't have the symbol, so I'm going to play this one. I took Audrey Hiet's Deposition.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and it's to me.
It's to you.
So I'll set my dial to 3. You should be at 2.
Not 23.
Not 23. Okay. And I am just going to play a procedure to start this off. New evidence. If I have the judge's favor, I can search buried evidence for a card and draw it.
It's fucking horrible. Is that an argument? Oh no,
it's a procedure.
So you can't do it right now. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's funny.
What?
It's just an annoying card. Okay, how do I start this off? I need to find the path through these, which is kind of challenging. I'd like to leave that to the end, which means that will be later. Which means that... Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to play For the Greater Good, which is an argument that says... It has a victory effect that we'll obviously not be using right now. So, actually, you know what? No, it's fine. I'm doing it. So I'm up to 5.
All right. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use new evidence, spending my judge's favor to search buried evidence for 1 card and draw it. There's some juicy stuff that's been buried, but I do think it will be the bloody knife. That was my action.
All right. I will play Audrey Hiet's Deposition, which says examine, draw 1 card, or if Tonya Whitehorse is a key witness, which she is, draw 2 cards instead. So I will do that.
Okay. You're getting in on the card draw game, and I don't like it.
Now seems like the right time.
And that was 2, so you're at 7 influence.
I am at 7.
All right, this went so well last time. Why not do it again, huh? It's a media circus.
What's that do?
This is not a card that I played before, but it did a similar thing. Reveal your hand, keep it revealed until you pass. So my hand is revealed. I can tamper with evidence, getting rid of an evidence card from the top of my opponent's argument. I also have the bloody knife. This may surprise you to learn.
It does.
Yeah, and the security system logs. Part of the reason I was happy to play that is because you knew half my hand anyway.
Interesting. So that puts you up to 7 as well, right?
It does. Thank you.
Well, I guess I can always decide that later. That's not going to get played for a while if it gets played at all.
Probably not at all.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and play Reasonable Doubt.
Oof. That's a big one.
It's a big one.
Oh, that's the one that's a victory, lose all influence. Okay, so just end there.
That's my plan.
All right. Trying trying to decide whether to play the inadmissible procedure or... Wait, if I spend too much time on procedures, you'll just pass and I'll be fucked. Because of the rule we now understand where I can only add one more card. I don't think I have time to play procedures.
I don't know. Do you?
I think you would punish me for it. Okay.
You have time, I promise.
Yeah? You promise?
I promise.
Let me... I hate to use it this way. Do I? Wait. Maybe I don't hate to. Okay. I'm going to play security system logs. I know that what I was really wanting to do just for fun was use the security system logs that say resolve the called effect on one of your claimed witnesses to get the bloody knife back after using it this time and just have it like every witness for the rest of the game be like, but what about that bloody knife?
That'd be fun.
But it's the right card to play right now, and it says resolve the called effect on one of your claimed witnesses, which, so given that I can't get back the bloody knife, I can lock or unlock a reputation, or I can sway an empathy, and it seems like locking a reputation is pretty valuable. So I'll do that. Arguably, that's probably stronger than getting back the bloody knife anyway.
Arguably, yes.
And then that was 3 more influence, so I'm at 10.
Okay. 10 to my 12, eh?
A.
You've put me in a very interesting position.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting good for me or interesting bad for me?
Interesting bad for you, I think.
Oh, damn it.
Well, no, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter.
That's the spirit. Just pass.
I'll tell you, I have no further questions. So if I play this right now, I go up to 16, which
And
is
pass.
1 beyond your 15.
Oh.
And if you played the knife, you'd only have 15, and then you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little thing. But then I'd only get 1, and then you get to call the next witness. That seems kind of shitty. And you wouldn't play the knife knowing that. You'd play some other thing, you know?
That is all true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know it is true. Okay, so I will play the DeVoe case files, which...
Ooh, tell us about them.
DeVoe's not in our case, sadly. But several years ago, an expert witness, Richard Sprint, was involved in a case where he was accused of tampering with evidence. That's the DeVoe case. So Richard Sprint is an expert that could be in our game, but
Right.
not. So that just gives me 1. I'm up to 13.
All right. Well, I guess I'll do some evidence tampering.
Sure.
Out of lack of cards that are a good fit for this moment. Tamper with evidence is a basic argument. If the top card of my opponent's examination is evidence, discard it. So get rid of that case file and the 1 influence that came with it.
Sure.
And I will gain 2 from this. This also has the victory effect of discarding one of my claimed witnesses. So I don't want this to be my final card.
But how likely is that, really?
Pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
No further questions?
No, I don't think that I will be playing that right now. God, I really don't want to play this. Okay, I think I've waited as long as I can. I was hoping I could... Oh, you know what?
What? Get a sidebar?
I was thinking about sidebarring.
I ain't afraid of your sidebar.
Yeah, you can just sidebar right back. Okay, I'll just play this now. Missing heirlooms, which is some evidence. Several objects of value vanished from the Fairmont home in the weeks after the murder. The only one currently living there is the butler. Examine if Duncan McCannon is a key witness. He is. Draw one card at random from your opponent's hand.
Oh no.
I was hoping to get your hand down to just have one card left in it and draw at random the knife. Now I've got a 1 in 3 shot.
Oh, I hate this.
See what happens.
Here you go. I don't know where it is, so don't look into my eyes. Okay, I think you got my preferred card for you to take.
Terrible news.
A relief is what it is. And that was 2 influence for you? You haven't counted that yet, right?
I have not. I'm up to 14.
Well, I will introduce an evidential argument. This is 2 value for each evidence card in my examination, which is 3 for 6. 18 now.
I'm wondering if I should object to that.
Oh, interesting. I'd be fine with just a 6 influence card that does nothing else burning your objection.
But no, I won't. Okay, I'm going to play this procedure that I just took from your hand down. Inadmissible.
Oh,
if you have the judge's favor and the top card of your opponent's examination as evidence, discard it, then lose the judge's favor.
Oh no.
Oh no. Is that the one I took from your hand that would let me discard the knife? Oh no.
Oh, it was a card I didn't mind losing, but I didn't think about how great it was for you to get it.
Not bad. It was not bad.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
But I was going to go from the evidential argument into the knife. It was going to be perfect.
You still can. I'll just object that it's inadmissible.
Oh, man. And I could... Alright, I will sidebar. Take back the judge's favor. Draw a card. Since my hand is revealed, you learn that it's point of law, which draws a procedure from my discard. Interesting.
Can't play it, though.
No, I cannot. I could play it after the bloody knife.
Play it after the knife. But the knife won't stay on that thing long enough for you to play it. Because I will sidebar.
Yeah, I figured I would just trade my sidebar for yours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to lose my sidebar, but I'm more or less obligated to, so.
Yep.
Well, not from there, from here.
Alright. Alright. But that's always going to be looming. So do I just play the bloody knife and get it over with? Yeah, I don't see the value in letting this Cold War drag on. Alright, I'm going to direct the butler's attention to this bloody knife.
And so I'll immediately just...
You're just going to use inadmissible and clear it. Okay, well, I have the judge's favor back for what that's worth.
You do.
And I will pass. I've got 18 to your 14, and you only have 1 more card. So now the question is, can you eke out a win?
So I can. I will play driving the home the point, which gives me +2 influence for each card in my examination. So +2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Wait. +2? I could have sworn I had my copy of that as +1. No, it's +2. Never mind.
It's plus is 3, so it's actually 13 total.
Yeah, it's...
Which you could, in theory, object to if you wanted to. I don't know.
I can't. I can't.
Okay.
I can't burn my last objection.
All right, so that puts me up to 27.
Yeah. All right, and then you have to pass. So you beat me by 9.
Yeah.
So the victory effect on Duncan is you can lock or unlock a reason. Okay.
So I'll unlock that reason.
And then you have 9 to spend.
And I have 9 to spend. Well, let's go 3 and 6.
This feels like it's slipping away. To have 4 jurors solidly on the defense's side when this close to the end of a game where I need them all on my side is rough. Okay, well, I can at least unreveal my hand.
Which is nice. You can also refresh your sidebar.
Thank you. I will.
Oh, wait, sorry. I can discard cards if I want to. I think I will discard this card. This is a very interesting card. It's Financial Records. I like the theme behind this card. It's a neutral 4 with only this
with only justice,
symbol. But as an examine effect, if the current witness is not an expert, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. I like to think thematically you're getting mired down in like having a layperson try to explain like complicated financial documents, and the jury's just like, this is gonna take days.
I think that's exactly the flavor. Yeah, that's pretty great.
It's good flavor, right? Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Who am I calling? I could call Gina Kowalczyk, who makes each player draw 1 card at random from their discard. I could get the knife back. I just have to randomly draw it out of these 25 or so cards.
Is it random?
It is.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can go for it.
Let's see. I'm probably going for Officer Murphy as long as I can get a decent benefit from her call ability, which is to lock a... Oh, man. All it would do is lock this.
Yeah.
The cheapest juror. I hate that. All right, Gina, it is.
All right.
This is high stakes, not because of the call ability where we're each going to draw 1 card at random from our discard, but the victory ability, which is bury all cards from your opponent's discard. So that's fun.
That is high stakes. Although this late in the game, what it really does is if I win it, I can call Jessica without any concerns. Because Jessica, when I call, shuffles all your arguments from your discard into your deck.
Interesting. Okay. I may not have thought this fully through.
You can change it if you want.
No, I'm sticking with it.
All right.
Maid in the Fairmont household for years and has overheard many conversations. She was there the day of the murder, but was dismissed early. All right. There's the knife. Yeah, got the knife.
Did you?
You better look out.
I'm looking out. I drew a good card. I don't mind telling you.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you for your... That's really nice of you, actually. It's actually not that good based on the symbols in my hand.
Oh, okay. This is... Oh no, I'm going to lose my discard pile. All right, it's my witness first, huh?
Yeah.
Well... Wait. Oh no, the knife is not... First of all, the knife is in my hand, so I'm actually just bluffing by looking through my discard pile.
Oh, sure, it's a great bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is the knife not a corruption card? If I can shuffle a corruption card into my deck, it can't be the knife.
Bummer. But it's already in your hand.
It's such a goofy thing. What is the flavor of all these hijinks for, like, how many times can you bring up a knife?
There's just a balance of symbols. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like, it's discarded. No, it's buried. No, it's recovered. No, it's objected to.
Right.
All right. I'm going to burn a card and make you go first.
Okay.
I think that's what's happening here. We're going to ask Gina about... Oh, speaking of which, she should be facing this way and give me 2 influence and you 0. We're going to ask her about some stray hair. Wilma Bailey's hair found in the victim's shower drain suggests a more than friendly relationship. That's a friend of Jessica's late mother.
She's not an expert. So
no.
That does nothing.
Yeah, so this card says if the current witness is an expert, draw 1 card, and then on victory, it would punish me on victory because it's a defense card. But I played it where it's not going to trigger its victory effect. Okay, over to you.
Yes, indeed. Wow, yeah, it's really interesting. 'Cause I have a card. Well, never mind.
No, tell me more about the cards you have.
No, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for that generous offer. I will make... God, I really wish I could end with this, but I don't think that I can. Okay, I will address the jury. This card will allow me to sway one bias. And so really, I was looking out here, and this is the best one to sway, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because this can't be swayed. These are all locked.
The most valuable one that's not locked.
It's basically only this one or this one.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, the jury is so polarized.
Yeah. Well, you can sway a lot more. You can sway all the ones on my end, but...
Right. Oh no, I've really screwed myself. I'm just gonna demonstrate my charming demeanor, which is 2 influence. It gains the judge's favor, which I already have, and I can take another action.
I might object to that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you're like gonna be screwed on the symbols if I object to it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because you keep complaining about all the symbols in your hands.
Well, stop listening to me when I talk.
Okay.
Trials are not about listening to each other.
All right, I will let you continue.
They're about shouting over each other.
I will let you continue. Oh, man.
Okay, well, now I gotta make this count. I am going to pivot from my charming demeanor into a counter argument. 2 influence, and if the top card of your opponent's examination is an argument, discard it. You already got the biggest benefit of that from swaying a bias, but you will lose that 2 influence.
It's life, I guess.
You hadn't even put it on your dial, so it's like you never had it at all.
It's like I never had it at all. That's right. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make an impassioned plea, which will give me 3, and it has a victory effect. That is impossible to happen. It cannot occur. Because I'm already behind, so I have to play more to win.
That stands to reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm, let's gonna introduce, Jared's phone records. Stray hair, Jared's phone records. I keep asking Gina here about things she knows nothing about. The records show multiple calls to various bookies, gambling establishments, and known sex workers. But it's for influence for the defense, so I won't get anything. But I shuffle a corruption card from either player's discard into my deck. I think... As now I'm starting to be a little less worried about the cards in my deck, I wonder if I want this alibi back that draws me 2 cards. Let's see. It's either that or it's a procedure. All procedures are valid for this type of thing. Let me glance at your deck just to see if you have anything cool and corrupty. No. No, you're a goody 2-shoes over here. Alright, I'm just going to shuffle, yeah, Senfung's Alibi back in my deck.
Very nice.
Okay, your turn.
Well, it's a media circus.
Sure is. Reveal that hand.
I sure will.
Okay. Oh no. I see a lot of big numbers there. Reasonable doubt, but you don't want to play it last. No further questions, but you can only play it last. Well, those go well together. I hate that. And home videos, it'll sway a heart. That doesn't do anything for you.
Right.
Welp. It seems like you're going to win. One would think. But I will make a point of law argument. 3 influence. And I can draw a procedure for my discard pile.
I'm wondering if I need to object to this. I keep feeling like I should object to something.
I don't see why you would.
I don't want to lose this witness. That's what I'm thinking. How many cards do you have left in your hand right now? One?
Yes. I do have my sidebar. So
And
it's
you have
kind
your
of
sidebar.
like I have 2 cards.
I'll go for it, I guess. I'll keep my objections. One of these days I'll object and it'll be good.
I'm going to...
How are you doing on icon count for your things? You've got 2 thumbs and a skull.
That's 2 thumbs and 3. It's not. I don't need skulls. I need.
so you've got 5.
Yeah, logic. Yeah,
I've got 4.
5. Okay.
For reference.
I'm just going to take recess in case I do need to grow my deck. That draws it, so that's in my hand. Okay, your turn.
All right, I'll play this home video for 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that hard effect has no effect, as you said.
Okay. I'll go ahead and play the recess procedure. This one is the one that if I have the judge's favor, I can spend it to shuffle up to 5 arguments from my discard in my deck.
Okay. And I will play no further questions.
Mm.
One thing that maybe you didn't realize is that this reasonable doubt, the symbols I couldn't get into play before no further questions.
You could have done it after the home video, though.
No.
Right?
Reasonable doubt?
Oh, yeah, it does not line up. Oh,
No.
right. Yeah.
So, although that combo is good, right now I gain the judge's favor and then I immediately pass.
That seems pretty good.
So that puts me at 12. So you can only play 1 more card.
Yeah. Luckily, it's a good one. Logical argument. +2 for each logic card in the examination, which is going to be
I'll object to that.
I hate that.
Wait, how much would it be? 6?
6.
So it'd put you at 15?
Yeah.
No, you can have it.
Really?
Oh,
You were wanting
'cause
to win the
Barry-
witness, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, God, because it's not that much. But I would get to call the next witness. Oh, no, I want to win. I'm going to object to that.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Ugh.
Because then I can do this, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, that was my big.
Yeah.
That was my big coup de grace there.
Yep.
So I have to take another action, and I haven't, I guess, played my 1 card in, right?
No, but you don't have one, right?
I could sidebar.
But that would be your... Oh, yeah, you could.
Because it's not I can take 1 more action, it's that I can play 1 more card.
Right.
So, Hail Mary. I'm going to sidebar with the judge.
God, this is terrible.
Oh, no. Oh.
What did you draw? I'm very excited to see. I do still have 1 objection left. Which is
Am I
funny.
playing this? I think I play this. You do have 1 objection, but it's 1 objection per witness.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so you can't object.
You're right.
I think if only because of your enthusiasm for winning this, I think I play it.
Okay. That really feels like a bad move on my part, wasting that objection now. But
I mean, it wasn't a waste. It burned my sidebar.
The sidebar's not that good.
Yeah. I will play Crime and Punishment. This is 5 influence.
Wow, but you
putting me
lose all
at
influence.
14 to your 12, and then victory effect, lose all influence.
So, bury all
so I will
cards.
bury your discard pile from Gina's effect. I also claim her, which is good for her.
That is very good for her
I
symbols.
like her symbols.
Yeah. Do these cards, you think, go into my discard before it's burned?
No, I don't think they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll unreveal my hand.
But I can't sway any jurors because I lost all
I'll do
influence.
this, and I'll refresh my sidebar.
That was a hilarious Hail Mary draw.
It was good. It was good.
Okay, 5 cards, leaving me with 7 in my deck.
I love it.
Yeah. But I do have this recess in play. I think I can get some arguments back. And it's your witness.
It's funny because I could call Jessica and that would make your recess completely useless. But actually, I'd rather you spend that. I'd rather you get the judge's favor, spend the recess. It's like, why would I not want you to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I will call... Well, is this going to have any effect later? Oh, actually it would. A very small effect. I'll call Officer Murphy. So if you called her, there'd be an effect. You didn't. You start with 1, I start with 0. Actually, wait 1 second. I haven't even looked at my hand yet. I should really. Oh, man. Okay, so yes, I'm going to call Officer Murphy.
Ooh, okay. This is the one that has a prosecution called ability, so you burned it.
Yes.
But I do get 1 influence.
You do, and I'm down to 0. And then I'm going to play for my first action.
She's the officer who found the defendant standing over her father, emotionless and covered in blood. There's a bit of a dispute about what happened after.
Yeah, I remember those
beaten. Yeah. I don't remember that.
I mean, okay.
I'm sure none of the jurors do.
Yeah,
either.
no, of course not.
Actually, based on how many of them are firmly on your side, I think they do remember.
Some of them might. That was punishment enough, really. Okay, so I'm going to start with Benjamin's breakup letters here. When Benjamin Davids broke up with Jessica, he wrote several letters filled with insults and threats, listing all the ways she had mistreated him over their 5-month relationship. And so this, this is a victory effect. Never mind. I thought this was an examine effect.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, so let me change all that. Let's change it all, I say. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually just play Reasonable Doubt, which will give me 5 influence and nothing more. Nothing less either.
Fair enough.
Great.
Okay. Let's I can one up that, sort of. Oh man, these two cards combo so well together, but they have no overlap in symbols.
That's great.
It's exactly the 3 opposite symbols.
Awesome.
Oh man. All right, well, this is fitting for the officer to testify about the traffic camera video. The timestamp of the recording shows Jessica heading to her father's home 20 minutes before she claimed she had. On exam, this lets me sway a logical juror, which is one of the most valuable ones.
Very nice. I'd like to play a point of procedure into this examination.
Okay.
My co-counsel's coming in to ask a few questions.
Yeah. All right.
This card, by the way, is way worse if you play it as a procedure. Because all it does is let you play a card from your hand ignoring the symbols. But then you have to lose the... I mean, you also get a refresher sidebar, but you lose the judge's favor. Wouldn't you rather just play it here, and get all the symbols you could possibly need, and not lose the judge's favor?
That does stand to reason, yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the sidebar refresh can be powerful if you're in your position where you need it and don't have it.
Yeah, the sidebar refresh is powerful.
Yeah.
And getting to play it out of one hand and save it for a future witness without taking up a slot in your hand is also...
That's a good point.
Has some power to it.
That's a good point.
All right, let's talk... Oh, no. I can't get anywhere with this hand. Jeez, this is rough. This is also, oh man. Oh, you're gonna walk all over me here.
Great.
All right, let's delve into Jessica's phone records. Her records show several calls to her accountant, the family lawyer, and her brother. There have been no calls between her and her father for several months. This is a whopping 2 influence for me, and if I get this victory effect, I get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and discard one of them.
Okay. I feel very mixed about what to do here.
Pass?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so I'm going to play Discredit the Witness, which is an argument, and I can cancel the secondary value, so I'll lose you that 1, and I'll gain 2 for myself, so I'm up to 7.
Wow, Officer Murphy. Just a poor, innocent cop. You're really getting put through the ringer.
Poor, innocent woman beating cop. That's right.
Woman beating and maybe timeline
manipulating.
Yeah. But she just wants justice to be served, you know?
Yeah, that's the name of her right fist, right?
How did you know? Is it the tattoo?
Yeah, it was the tattoo.
All right. I don't even have my sidebar.
Nope. And no objections.
And I don't have the favor, so I can't use my procedure.
Right.
You're gonna love this.
Great.
I'm gonna pass.
So I can only play one more card.
You can only play one more card.
It'll be this one. Benjamin's breakup letters.
Ooh.
On a defense victory, I unlock one bias, and if Benjamin David is a key witness, which he is, sway that bias twice.
Wow. Okay.
So I'll go up to 9.
And
I will resolve that victory condition, so I'll unlock this and then sway it twice.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's pretty painful for you, I think. And then this victory condition won't happen, and then I'm up 6 on you. Just 6.
Just 6.
Just 6. So let's go 4, 5, 6.
Oh, no. I almost have no allies left on this jury.
Well, this juror is really on your side, and this one. Apparently the reputation jurors really agree with you.
Yeah,
That's
you're
great.
right.
And then I'll claim that. And,
Woof. All right.
You can refresh your sidebar, and you'll get...
discard some garbage. Yes, get my sidebar back. Fill up my hand. All right. Well, I can't call the defendant.
No, you must call Dorothy
So that
Banner.
means it's Dorothy Banner. Renowned legal expert who has spent hundreds of hours going through all the legal documents of the Fairmont family and Jared's estate. When called, discard any cards from your hand, draw one for each card discarded. But, whew, am I low on cards in my deck? I guess I do still have this recess in play. I am going to discard one and draw one. Okay. Okay. I'm starting to put something together here.
Great.
All right. On victory, she would sway or lock a reason or justice, and she's going to grant me 2 influence.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to go first. This is where it all falls apart. When I have to go. Sorry, I've just got to plot
away.
my... Okay. Can I just play these 5? I've crafted this argument that, like, weaves through all these.
Great, I'm sure nothing will happen.
No, nothing can possibly go wrong. Let's open with the autopsy report. The victim's autopsy lists a number of important details supporting the version of events claimed by the prosecution and the defense. So this is 6 influence on this neutral card. And if the current witness was not an expert, my opponent would draw 1 card at random from the discard. But she is. You hate to see it.
You know what I really hate to see? I hate to see that you tampered with that autopsy report.
I would never.
If the top card of your opponent's examination is evidence, discard it.
My kingdom for an objection right now.
You know, right? Well...
Ouch. Oh, wow. All right, I'm back to 2.
Yep. We're all tied up.
Yep. Oh, man. Okay.
Kingdom for an objection. That's funny.
All right, well, let's talk about the broken window. The basement window to the Fairmont home was recently broken, perhaps a sign of forced entry. This is a defense card that you could probably use to make a point. I think it was probably just her breaking into her dad's house. She also has the key too.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's
yeah, that makes
she
as
just
much
likes
sense as her vacation
plans
that she failed to
it does somehow sway this logical juror.
Yeah, I guess so. It's an illogical juror, if you ask me. All right.
Cute.
Thanks. Okay. I'll play DNA analysis, which is extensive DNA testing that was done on all samples found at the crime scene. Showed several unidentified people had visited the home. So it's going to give me 2 additional influence. And I can draw 1 medical evidence from my discard. I don't believe I have any.
Really?
Well, I had some, but remember my entire
you burned your whole...
got
that's right.
buried, so,
yeah, okay.
So I have none, yeah.
Well, that's promising.
Yeah.
Victory. This is garbage now.
You know what I'm noticing, by the way? This tamper with evidence. Oh, it was an argument. Never mind. I was thinking you actually couldn't get rid of it, but you could have.
I could have.
Yeah.
Would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for your meddling, your literal meddling or tampering. You're only at 4 though.
Only at 4.
I'll put up a fight here.
Okay.
With some key evidence. Basic card that is a 2, but +3 value if the previous card in my examination was evidence, which it was.
And so if I discard this effect, does that still remain that extra 3?
I think no. I think I lose it.
Because I do have a counter argument.
You would.
That says if the top card of your opponent's examination is an argument, discard it.
All right. Yeah, like I think that even though you could maybe make an argument that like the game doesn't remember that 3 of my influence came from that, like it seems to me like the intent is this is functionally a 5 value card, so losing it is...
Yeah. It's a little wishy-washy in that way.
It is, yeah.
It would never stand up to tournament play or...
Oh man, now I want to go to a lawyer-up tournament.
It'd be really fun, actually. That'd be really fun.
Sea of people all shouting objection.
Everyone has to wear a suit. Like, it's just a sea of people in suits. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So that puts me up to 6.
Okay. Well, let's try this then. Let's remind ourselves about Senfung's alibi, which is worth 2 influence. We've seen it several times now, and since he was a key witness, I'm going to draw my final 2 cards from my deck. That can't possibly go wrong.
Okay. Well, for now, I think I'm going to note this bribery procedure into my arsenal. Add it to my arsenal there, so that'll be my action.
Yep. Okay. I gotta think about this, because this recess, I need to make sure to do it during this witness. Otherwise, I won't be drawing cards going into the final witness.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's an issue. I have the favor now, but if I use this, then you can surprise witness and just be on the final witness if you wanted, or...
No, this would replace a card with the top of the witness.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Or you can bribe. My burn the hell through my deck plan is not working great. Who saw that coming? Why don't I... The victory effect. I have no victory effects in play. I'm going to just use it.
Okay.
Use the recess, spend the judge's favor. Feel free to go ahead while I find 5 arguments to shuffle into my discard pile.
I'm gonna play the bribery procedure back to you.
Okay.
Actually, do I even want to do this? Wait, what happens if I win this witness?
What do you mean?
Because you would normally call the next witness, but you can't.
Oh.
Do I still get
Does
to
the
call
trial
her?
end?
Does the trial end?
Because if the trial ends, you're like definitely going to win, so that's terrible.
I don't know.
I would be surprised if the rulebook comments on that, but you've got a moment while I'm finding my arguments to recover anyway, so...
I would also be surprised if the rulebook comments on that.
Because it's a very specific, potentially like one-off kind of situation. Let's see. All right. I've got 5 shiny new arguments in my draw pile.
That's great. I don't know. I don't think... Okay. I'm happy to play it as I'm just the one who calls her, even if I lose this witness. And you'll still have the judge's favor.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Even if I win this witness, I mean. But the question is... Am I going to win this witness? You're at 4 and I'm at 6. But you do have... Oh, you still have 3 cards.
I do, because I drew 2.
Yeah, you sure do. Okay, I will just do this bribery thing. So I'll give you back the judge's favor.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And I'll draw the top 2 cards of my deck into the examination. This one says... Oh, does it say add? It does say add, so the effects won't matter. Oh, wow, that's really horrible. Because both of those are zeros.
Oh, that went great. Yeah, I love that. Okay.
Terrible.
Thanks for the judge's favor, I guess. Although I had my sidebar available anyway.
I know.
Actually, to that end, now that I have a shiny 5 cards in my deck, do I want to draw one of them? Nah, I'll save that. Just to wrest back the favor if you take it.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's introduce an Impassioned Plea. It's a basic card. 3 influence, and the victory effect of resolve the victory effect of another card in your examination, which nothing below it has victory effects, so that won't be a thing.
Mm. And I will play a logical argument.
Oof.
That's going to give me plus 2, 4, 6, 8.
Those are so powerful.
They really are. That's why I'm wondering
if we're playing them wrong.
Playing them wrong, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's possible. Maybe next time we make the opposite.
Playing them how we're playing them, yeah.
Okay, I will. You're at 14?
Yeah.
Oh no. Do I just save this card? I probably save this card. How much damage can you really do with this much influence? Do I just set up my next turn to be as good as possible? Probably. Alright, I pass.
Pass.
Okay, there's only a prosecution victory effect on the witness, but you do claim her.
Yep, and I'll get 14.
7. Because I have 7.
Excuse me. Just messing around. I think I can only really spend 6 of it, actually.
There's nothing else you can spend it on? They're all either locked or completely to your side?
Yep.
Wow. Alright.
So you will maintain
this
the
needs
judge's
to be
favor.
the most epic cross-examination of a defendant of
I'm
all
going to
time.
unlock 3 bias.
Unlock 3 bias! Oh yeah, I'm fucked.
But then this says... Your opponent claims 1 other key witness and shuffles all arguments from their discard into their deck. So you get all your arguments back, but there's no other key witnesses left. I mean, unless you can claim 1 from my supply of them that I've won, which is possible.
Oh, excuse me. And I'm looking at my... I don't think so. No, I think by calling it last, you just really maximize all that stuff.
Okay.
And I've already drawn my deck, right?
Or maybe,
or
is she not a
cards.
key witness? Because if she's not a key witness, then the game ended once all the key witnesses have been called.
Oh.
I mean, she's listed as a key witness on this card.
Yeah, but the setup did not make her sound like one. Check the closing statements for
That's what I was...
this trial.
Oh, closing...
Ending the game, here we go.
I was looking at this, so...
Oh, okay.
The game ends after all key witnesses have been called and resolved, or preemptively if you've done all of that. And then we resolve this.
Yeah, you know, maybe between the fact that she is arguably not a, capital K key witness under the terms of the game, and the fact that you are shellacking me anyway, maybe we call it.
Call it?
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
I'm fine with that. Even though I did have the perfect card discredit the witness, which would cancel the value of her. 'Cause she was giving you 6 influence, so I was... Of course you would. You still had an objection left going to the final... Oh, man.
Yeah. It's almost like being a lawyer really helps you with this.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm sure your lawyer education and training has has prepared you for this game.
That's right. No, you know, I don't think she is. I think we would keep playing, but I think it's fine. I think we can also just call it.
Yeah, I don't think that it's winnable, and it has been a long game, so maybe we wrap it there.
That's fair.
I would get just out of like let's assume since you have 6 influence and I don't know, probably better cards, that you win her.
Okay.
So I'm just curious, how many influence do you get from the from your strategy, like from the symbols that you get?
Assuming that I get her, she's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3 influence would be 24.
Okay, I got 21, 7 times 3 influence. So you would even have like I wouldn't be winning the game on the end game bonuses either.
If I won her,
yeah. I guess if I took her, I would get another 3, so I'd be 3 over you. Oh wait,
I would lose 6.
Oh yes, I'd have like 9. That'd be a good amount of sway, but that's not enough.
Well, you'd have to have that plus what you want.
Plus winning by.
Remember that by calling her, I'm also like unlocking this one,
right,
and this one.
Yeah, and that's why. And at this point,
although actually
only one juror is locked after you call her.
The thing is, it doesn't matter if they're locked. These ones that I would unlock, they're still on your side, so you don't actually need.
Oh, at the end, that's true. Yeah.
Right. So like.
So how much? But I still would have, and I would have maybe played some cards with a free sway. So, but ignoring that, I was 18. This is 8, so 26, 34, and 6 is 40, and then a few more. I was 40 and change influence away from
44, yeah.
from taking this.
Yeah.
It was not close.
No, I wonder who resolves these first, because it matters a lot.
You've resolved the difference between them.
Oh, that's right. It's just the difference. So it's really just like 6 or 9 or whatever.
Yeah, it's not one person spends 27 and the other person spends 30.
Because I was like, you could just lock yours. Like, that's weird. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Well, good game.
Good game.
It was a long one.
It's really long. I do like this game, but it's too long, right?
It's long for what it is.
Yeah.
I'm eager to see. So this case was ultimately quite similar to Case 0. It seems like the game takes some pretty big swings, so I'm interested to see them. But I'm fine with this being a game we play every few months. It's kind of like...
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. This case felt different enough to me where I was feeling, like, just because of the card effects in play, it felt, fairly different. I remember in the Case 0, you're really focused on, there are these paintings, and the paintings are from different artists. And so A, there are a bunch of cards that cancel paintings, but B, there's a bunch of cards that say... if there's art from this artist, do this, do that. And so there's a really interesting part of discovery, too, where you're like, okay, I'm going to try and give myself as many cards from Vermeer as I can.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is absent from this, and then this adds in instead this locking mechanic. It felt like we got a little bit more in on the victory effects and the call effects.
Yes.
Some of those things were more developed.
I'm not sure that I thought the locking was that interesting or impactful, ultimately. Like, you had in theory, I mean, not in theory, it definitely was, like, to my benefit, but I had the harder victory condition, so it was kind of, like, counteracting that where I had to have a unanimous jury, but I could lock them so you couldn't sway them back.
Yeah.
But you found a lot of cards that unlocked them.
It felt like there were too many unlock effects.
Yeah. Maybe.
So, for balance purposes. Because, it's really hard for you to maintain all 12 of these.
Right. And I'm curious, like, the... design of this game may not be that any given case is a 50-50 win rate. I don't know. I'd be curious. But then again, since it's a competitive game, like, I don't know, for like war games or war themed games, for example, maybe tilts a given scenario towards the like side that will actually won it in like real life history. There's no reason for this to do that. It's a fictional case, and so I guess I would assume that it's striving for a 50-50.
It's also more thematic the closer it gets to 50-50, because to the extent any case is wildly imbalanced in one party's favor, it should settle, right?
Oh.
And so...
Sure. Yeah.
Right. If you're going to trial, it's because you think either there's 50-50 odds that you'll win or lose, or the party's valuation of the case is so
someone's
far
being
off,
unreasonable. Yeah.
Right. That you just have to go.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of looking at it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you found it to be pretty different. Yeah, I would say. I mean,
not super different, but different enough.
Yeah, I agree, but I am glad, having just glanced at the other cases, I'm glad that they are more different.
Yes.
That they have whole new types of components. One of them has square cards. Like, they do all sorts of really different things.
We'll see how different they feel, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward very much to, is the second one the Mob or the Witch trials?
I think case 2, which is the third one.
Which is the third one.
I don't know why they started the numbers at 0.
That's strange.
I think that case 2 is the Godfather, and case 3 is the Witch trial.
They're both going to be fun.
And then season 2 is the one that has like a casino heist or something. That's the one that to me has the coolest art, just because it has like very like neon, evocative of the 80s, like pink and yellow and like bright color.
Have you shown this box?
No, go ahead and grab it off the shelf. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's what's on the. Yeah, it's what's on the season 2 box.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this case.
Yeah.
I hope there's some really crazy shit in here, like, I don't know, it's Miami Vice, so like, one of the procedures is just like, do cocaine, and then, to like draw 5 cards or something.
Maybe. I mean, quite
that would be thematic. That would be thematic for Miami Vice.
Yeah, it sure would. Cool. Well, I'll
Can you put that out? I don't know. Are these videos monetized? I'm not sure.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Is that right? Oh,
no. It's I don't know. I assume you could say the word cocaine and still monetize your videos. That said, these a medium to small board game channel does not make significant. I'm not quitting my day job.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
If you demonetize my video, I will live.
Okay.
I can still afford the roof over my head. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that.
Yeah, I think we'll call that. I imagine we'll play, like we were just saying, explore more of the cases down the road. It's not going to be a week-by-week series or anything, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Thank you for watching. Thanks again, Rock Manor Games, for providing the copy, and thank you for kicking my ass.
Oh, it was fun. Anytime.
So generous of you. All right, well, until the next time he kicks my ass, be optimal.